music stopped.
It did.
But my dancing almost did not.
Were you just going to keep it going, or what was your plan?
Well, it was more like the...
It was kind of, okay. What is love?
Yeah.
That's as much as we can say of that without having to pay somebody. So we just always have to be careful. Hi, everybody. It is... hi, everybody. It is... Hi.
If you're a hot dog.
Yeah, exactly. What would you put on yourself? It is Thursday evening. Once again, it is a time for some beverage podcasting fun and conversation with us. We're About Beverages. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
I'm glad you always have to think about it for like a split second.
Well, I just like to pause.
Is it okay?
Just to make sure.
I'm always like fearful that I'm like, oh my God, he doesn't know that I just sent it over to him and he doesn't remember who he is.
Someday that might happen. Hopefully we won't be recording at that time though. Wow. That's the day we have to stop recording.
Is the day when you actually forget.
You don't put up the full video.
The day when you legitimately forget. Cultist here but lurking. Please remember to snort cocaine or stream it on Twitch. To snort cocaine of stream as Twitch will want. So I mean, they will take some of that money no matter what. Cultist, enjoy your lurk. I appreciate it. I get to meet Keith tonight. Taco, you do. Keith, Taco, Keith.
Hello, Taco.
There you go.
Now I'm hungry.
It's true. Even though it's not Tuesday, every day is Taco Day. That's all I'm saying. That's all good. I'm saying. But yeah, it is time for some beverage podcasting fun. We've got kind of an interesting show. It's one of those ones where I wasn't sure exactly how it was going to come together. And then when the beverages started lining up, I was like, oh, this sounds fun. Okay. Like, I'm going to be out. Like, when we sometimes don't have ideas right away, sometimes I'm like,
it can't be bad.
Are we going to be like, well, I found this, or I've got this thing. And sometimes like this, I think this one kind of worked out. Like all of a sudden when you mentioned the wine, I was like, oh yeah, I'm like, I actually am pretty excited for the Zinfandel. Yeah. And then I was like, well, I'll go out and I'm like, I need to find some stuff for the party anyway. Let me look for a beer. And then when I went searching for beers, I was like, aha. Here are some things. Pocket, good to see you as well. Pocket. Good evening. Also, start reminding people that September is upon us, Beth. That's true. September.
When it was light in September. Did we just get stopped? Hopefully not.
Oh my God, are we still on the air?
Okay. Oh, wait.
That was pretty close.
Okay, good.
It was pretty close. You were very, very similar. Just ordered tacos. Actually, oh my God, I can't wait to see the podcast. Well, we appreciate you being here. Appreciate it. That dang song. It is on all the time. It's a fun song, though. I enjoy it. It's a good song. I enjoy it.
Good
I have
intro.
no idea what it's about.
September.
Anything else?
Remembering when it was light in September.
It's almost time to harvest all the pumpkins. Is that in there? Do they talk about the harvest?
They don't, but they could, actually.
Okay. Interesting.
Party on. Certainly remember.
Good evening, Baker. How are you? Good to see you. That's my birthday, so I get it every single year. Oh, is your birthday Is it the 21st of September? Is that what it is?
Do you remember? I don't know what they... I don't think they mention any specific
I thought they say
days.
a date.
Do they?
Doesn't he say the 21st of September? Or do I just add that in there? Taco, hit me up here. What are we doing?
September.
Is that in there? I swear that's a lyric. No, you got it? Yeah, see?
I didn't realize they actually said that date.
Yeah, because...
Is that a specific... Besides Taco's birthday... Is it anything else?
Is that why they actually wrote the song? Did the angels sing that everything happened? Taco, I don't know how your birth date lines up with the date that song came out.
30 days hath September.
Yeah. It's been a fortnight in September.
Do you remember?
This is what you get.
That song's in my head. Yeah, see, you wanted to tune in for this.
I have a full-size thirst. I'm going to give you a full-size sparkling water. Does that sound okay? Can I give you a full can?
Yeah.
Can I give you a full can?
That.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Let's do the full can. Let's get out some water. Let me get a graphic up here, and then we can continue whatever is going on right now.
Yeah, whatever this is. It's our Earth, Wind, and Fire sing-along.
Exactly.
For a while. Oh, that's a mellow one. We don't want to do that one. What else could we do from Earth, Wind, and Fire? You're a shining star, no matter who you are. Shining bright to see.
Yeah.
That'd be...
Is that... Yeah.
Yeah. And we can go, yow.
She's a brick.
Oh, that's that.
Yow. So wait, that's not... That's the Commodores, isn't it? No.
Yeah, that's Commodores.
That's Commodores. Yep. Okay. Lionel Richie?
Ooh. Looks good. Delicious.
So this is the beverage. This is the Orange Vanilla Waterloo. I had these at the festival, the get together on Saturday. They were in the fridge down there. The only reason I have these is because I actually went to a grocery store. So then you find more flavors than what you find at Costco, which I'm glad they had a different pack though, which was nice.
True.
Which was very nice. Blau, good evening. Good to see you. Water is good. It is very good. Yeah, if anybody wants to know what all the beverages are we're going to have tonight, there is going to be 3 of them. ! Beverage command in chat. I will hit it for you right now to make it easy. There you go. We've got the orange vanilla sparkling water. Since it is National Hazy IPA Day, we are on top of our game today, and we have a double IPA.
You are on top of the game.
A murky IPA. You were on top of the game until you switched it out. It's not your fault.
I had no idea.
It's not your fault.
Thank you, Robin Williams.
It's not your fault.
How do you like them apples?
It's all right. I just
How do you like them orange vanilla?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Well, we're going to find out.
How do you like them IPAs?
I do like Waterloo in general quite a bit. I think if I had to pick, I like the idea and usually the true flavor of Spindrift better, just because it is the actual fruit. That's nice. But second to that, to me, is Waterloo. I think their flavors just usually pop a little bit more. They're a little more refreshing. I like that they have kind of weirder flavors too, like the grape we've liked. Like what is it right now? There's like a blackberry lemonades going on. They always have like a mixed berry. Like, they've just got a lot more unique things they bring to the table, and their website is pretty good,
which I know you always appreciate.
I do appreciate that. And on top of that, they also usually have recipes.
Oh, nice.
I did not see any cocktails. If people are looking for cocktails, they look like they're still staying away from that. But like some beverages you can make that, like they had one here, which would be with your favorite. There's adding some grapefruit juice to this.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Amaro.
I do like the grapefruit juice. Close second to
That's
your.
true.
Have you done a grapefruit juice in Amaro yet? Because you'd probably pass out just from joy. That's true. We did. We did the Paloma.
It was the Paloma.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. Waterloo's blueberry and strawberry is
Amazon.
Is amazing. Also probably on Amazon. Both of those things, Taco. You can find them both.
It's amazingly
there,
on Amazon.
No, their strawberry is fantastic. Their blueberry is great. I think what is telling about them is that flavors that I normally would not like, I'm actually like, oh, this is okay.
That's the okay.
The cherry limeade, the peach, those are in that Costco pack, Frosty, exactly. And hi, Frosty, how are you?
Has joined.
But the I think it's like the black cherry, which usually that's always like, oh, that could be medicinal, it could be whatever. Theirs, I'm like, when it's in a pack, it's not my favorite, but I'm like, oh, this is still good enough. I will drink it. Some other ones I might just set it aside. Peach for sure is in my I wouldn't normally drink. Oh, really? Interesting. Sometimes peach can get a little perfumey. Like that definitely, like if it's not like kind of more toward that juicy peach. So
that's delicious.
I can see that. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. The other thing
the aroma, you get a little more of the creamsicle kind of thing in the aroma, but the taste is a little more orange, and then the vanilla is kind of, which is what I would want. Like I didn't want the vanilla to be too strong, but this one is good. I like this one. It's another winner.
The other thing we talked about a few weeks ago is, or I talked about it, and I proposed it to you, is whether we wanted to revisit the water podcast, the infamous water podcast.
Oh yeah, we do need
three
to do
sparklings. Do a Pellegrino, a Gerolsteiner, and a Trader Joe's Italian. So,
Trader Joe's Italian. Is that someone that's actually going to be a guest on our show?
Could be.
He probably has a name, Keith. You just don't have to call him the Trader Joe's Italian.
He's the Trader. That's what he wants to be called. It's Stugats.
I missed the very beginning, waiting for the recap.
Wow.
Cope, how's it going? It's the boys with the best beverage brains around.
Wow.
Oh my god, you have on another tab, don't you?
He's the boy with the
Who
best
else is podcasting right now?
Beard around, right?
That's true.
Okay.
Probably the best beverage beard around. I mean, you keep yours a little cropped. I don't know. What would you call what you have going on? Is that a beard?
I don't know if it could be. Maybe. Not, I mean, I guess it depends on where the where the threshold for beard is.
It's true.
I have facial hair here. So I guess technically it's just a closely cropped beard. I guess.
A cropped beard?
Closely
a creared? That doesn't sound right.
A shorn? No,
a shorn? Closely shorn beard. Exactly.
There's nothing quite like a shorn beard.
That's what you can come.
It's quite breathtaking.
So you can come to expect here at About Beverages. Closely cropped shorn beards.
Oh.
Shaved my beard again last week, so I'm looking a bit more sleek like you boys at the moment. Nice. I was wondering, Keith actually watched the video of what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Yeah. The Bourbon Buckaroo is coming back. And I think everyone commented also, because I played it, I don't know if you saw it, I played it actually on stream as well for people, and everyone was like, look at that, his beard grew 2 sizes that day. Between the 2 clips back and forth, you have one where it's like here, and then all of a sudden there's another one where it's like...
That's some powerful facial hair growing.
You trimmed your beard before you went on the trip? Nice, Frosty. Yeah, Frosty just got back from a little trip. You were in New Hampshire area or something like that, I think. There was a lot of lobster roll pictures, if that entices you at all. Somehow, and I think I blame Frosty for this in a good way, my TikTok has now become filled by pretty much just one creator quite a bit, but he's a lobster fisherman in Maine, and that's all he does is talked about how lobster fishing works and clipping barnacles off of the different lobsters, and here's what you save, and you do the clip thing, and all. It's very fascinating to me. Like, so they've won me over. Like he's like not like over the top. Like he's just very matter of fact. All right, here we go, doing lobsters today. You know, he's got a little bit of the accent thing going on, but he's cooked them and talked about the different butter. And here's what a soft shell is. It's because it's just shed. Here's how to tell that it just shed. I know a lot of facts.
Wow.
I practically am a fisherman at this point.
Does he sail the Downeaster Alexa?
Pretty close.
Well,
it's a
that's New York,
40-foot boat
think.
he's on now. Like he talked about, like it was his dad and his grandfather were both fishermen. And when he brings up these, like some of the bigger lobsters that I think they usually don't keep, they usually send them back because they're, I think because there's only a certain length. It's like if the shell like length is longer than 7 inches, you're not technically you can't keep them. Or something like there's all these kind of rules and stuff that are interesting. But anyway, he's brought some up and he's like, oh, one this size, this is probably 100 years old. He's like, it's funny to think. He's like, maybe my dad or even my grandfather actually has caught this at some point because I think it was a female and it was a breeder, so it had the clip on the back. So then if they've clipped them and they've been breeding, like then they have to go back in the ocean so that they can keep population. There's a lot of stuff like they're not just like pulling them out of the ocean. They're actually keeping the population just right. It's interesting. Very interesting. Did a bit of continuity rattling. It was a little bit of that. I liked it though, Cope. Visited Maine and Massachusetts, lots of seafood. If it is a breeding female, they have to go back. Yes. Yeah. So if the female comes out, if it's a female, it has no eggs on it and it's not clipped, then they can keep it. If they pull it out of the ocean and the tail has been clipped, that means that it is still breeding or can breed. That has to go back in the ocean. If they pull one out and it's not clipped, but there's eggs all over it, obviously breeding. Tail gets a clip, they throw it back in the ocean. Does he have the Winston? Oh, maybe like a slightly heavier version of that, Baker, like of Winston. But yeah, it's very fascinating because then they catch a bunch of other stuff too. Like they catch crabs like sometimes, and I don't think they actually sell those, but they'll catch them and sometimes like, oh, we're gonna keep these, we're gonna cook them later and we'll talk about like, so then they'll show them cooking crabs or something like that. And they've caught like monkfish and other kind of really they caught something else that like the jaw was just it like they were like scared like holding it. They were trying to like show it to the camp. They're like, yeah, these are endangered, we have to put them back or whatever. But this thing had a jaw on it with these teeth and it looked like something that would be at the bottom of the ocean, and they put it like near a soda can and it just because it like attacks this clam and it chopped a soda can in half and like so they were like they were like, you do not want to get your fingers. I'm like, Jesus Christ, just put it back in the water, dude. I believe you, just show me a picture, like settle down, it's fine. Kinetic style is much better than Maine style lobster roll. You were talking about the difference between the hot and the cold, right, Frosty? Is that a Maine versus Connecticut style?
The up and the down.
Wait, what's that?
The hot and the cold.
Is the Katy Perry? Yeah, Katy Perry lobster rolls. That's where you get one of each. Get one of each.
Yes,
Katy Perry lobster roll. Oh man, Connecticut is hot with butter, and Maine is cold with mayo.
I could see both of those being good.
I know I have had both. I would probably prefer the Connecticut, but I would not turn down the Maine though. Because like if I'm in the mood, like I get it though. I think I would prefer the one you're talking about, Frosty, but I'm not going to turn down the other one because man, one of the videos was him just like they went to this little, they're like, oh, we're bringing some lobster today. The family and us, we're all going, and they go to this little like remote island. There's no one else, and they actually cook it in seawater, so it's like naturally like brined a little bit when they steam the lobsters. And he steams them. He doesn't boil them. He steams the lobsters. And then they're just out there and they got a little fire going. They're cracking them open and they got the drawn butter. I was like dying. I'm like passing. Like
the only people not happy are the only creatures not happy are the lobsters.
That's fairly true. Murray, no. Oh man, cold and mayo sounds terrible. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's kind of like it's almost like you got like like if you like tuna salad or something.
I collect spores, molds, and fungus.
That's true. Secret, hi, how are you? Thank you for the redemption. Lobster from Fisherman is so much cheaper. Oh, I bet. I'm sure. Guardian Down, hey, how are you? But yeah, like I said, it just looks fantastic. It looks absolutely fantastic.
In pretty good shape. You could be eating my dust all day, slowpoke.
And you might be eating that's gonna.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
I want to know what he said.
This is so good.
Can you read his mouth? Does he actually say something?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, it's funny because Buster gets sassy. The other day, I was on Yahoo for my fantasy football team. I did a couple mock drafts, and I was looking at stuff, and there's history there. You can go back in and see where you finished and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff. And I'd
interesting.
forgotten about that Jay's team had been Sweet Sassy Molassy.
Yeah, that's usually what he was. Can't stay long, but hope you're all having a good one. We are Secret. Thank you for dropping in, though. Appreciate it.
The redemption there.
Of
was
course.
good.
Type of day I had. Which one were you, which type of day was it
Probably
that you
Buster.
had? I'm assuming were you the Buster one? Were you being a little sassy today? Or were the kids being a little sassy? What's going on, Guardian Dan?
This is delicious.
Yeah. Would you buy some of these?
Oh yeah, I would definitely buy those. The Waterloo is just has the right balance of bubble flavor. Yeah, it's good value.
Yeah, Waterloo. If I'm not buying Spindrift and buying my favorites of that, which I like that, like that like the actual juice flavor.
Yep.
Literally the 1B to that 1A and 1B. The 1B to that is Waterloo, just because of the variety and everything else. And I like these quite a bit. I definitely like them way better. It's a hot take right here. I'm not a fan of LaCroix. I don't think they're that good. Even when they have like flavors that are unique, like they have like the limoncello ones and other ones, I'm just like, they're just, I don't know what it is. There's something about their flavoring.
La Croix.
Yeah, they're a Crocs of something, I tell you. So we were talking last week a little bit about that you were watching that quarterback show on Netflix, and you say you've now completed it.
Yeah,
how many episodes is it?
8. Only 8.
Is that a hot take? Probably. I mean, to people that love LaCroix, I guess. I'm not a LaCroix fan. So 8 episodes.
Just 8, yep.
So 7.5 of them are Patrick Mahomes, and then there's 20 minutes dedicated to whoever the other two people are.
So it was Mariota and Kirk Cousins.
How was Marcus Mariota?
He seems
Does he realize
nice.
his place in the football? Like that unfortunately he was injured, put in a bad situation.
Unfortunately, I mean, his pro career has just kind of been the same. You know, he'll show those flashes of the Heisman Trophy winner that he was, right. And then he just, just uneven, I guess, inconsistent. But I think he's going to be, he's going to be the backup for the Eagles this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that seems like a good spot.
Style-wise, quarterback, yeah. So
I have a rough day of physio all morning, then my club fitting in the afternoon. That is going to be a very long day for you, Secret, but a good day because of the clubs. I know you've been excited about that. Bad situation or just bad NFL quarterback? Probably more toward the latter overall. I mean, you never really know. I mean, you never did. Like there are some quarterbacks who they're probably going to be good no matter where they're put, but there are also some that, like, even the great ones that are out there, it's consistency that they've had. If you look at people like, like even Tom Brady and like all these other quarterbacks, like he was probably gonna be good no matter what, but he was also the same offensive coordinator this whole time. Peyton Manning at the same, like all these guys that are good, you can look
consistency.
At they were really good and probably destined for greatness. But then on top of that, they had all these other things that just slotted to make them be a Hall of Famer. I guess that's what makes the difference.
Yeah, and he's had opportunities for sure with different teams, but we had a friend of Pockets over last week, and
Marcus Mariota.
and she was saying, because she's watched it too, she and her boyfriend have watched it, and she was saying that he just seems to miss his Hawaii, which is where he's from. It just seems almost like uncomfortable, and I'm not sure. I don't know if that's had anything to do with his success or not, but anyway, so so that kind of ended faster because he was replaced in week 13 or something, week 13 or 14 last year.
Yes.
And then he went and had knee surgery, which seemed to kind of come out of the open.
His knee came out of the open?
No, that all of a sudden it just kind of came out that all of a sudden he's having meniscus surgery, but he decided to deal with it after he was, benched. So it was a little bit, but anyways, he seemed nice. His wife seemed nice. It was, we liked it. We enjoyed the series overall. So
seemed to be fine in Oregon.
Yeah, it did. And maybe, some people get to a certain tier and that's as far as you go.
Wasn't playing enough for it. They wanted to try the rookie.
Yep.
Kirk Cousins was on there too.
Yep.
This is his final year of his contract, right? With the Vikings, right? Speaking of a tough situation, Pittsburgh are hoping that we have a good run this season, but we don't have a true starting quarterback. Just 3 backups on the roster: Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, and Mason Rudolph. Isn't it? It's not Randolph. Is it Randolph or is it Rudolph? Is it Mason? I think it's Mason Rudolph.
Might be Rudolph.
Yeah, like the red-nosed reindeer. I would pretty much agree with that.
Pickett's pretty good.
Rudolph. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that's probably a little unfair to Pickett. Like, again, I don't know
He
if
was
he's
like a
going to be
rookie
that great
last year,
anyway.
so.
He was barely a rookie last year, was kind of thrown into the weird situation,
Yep.
you know, because Trubisky was a starter, then it wasn't, and then all that stuff. Got a lot of autocrat. I know, it's an annoying secret, sorry. But yeah, like I said, he's probably the one you're like, okay, maybe he's a starter-ish. And the whole thing with Pittsburgh usually is that it's like they want to run the football, they want to play really solid defense, and they want a game manager. And then someone that can maybe do a little better than that. So I don't think he was good at it. I mean, I don't know. Second year, so he can't be worse, right? I mean, you hope he would be better, right, Frosty?
I'm thinking Frosty's a football fan.
Frosty's a huge football fan.
Okay.
Mitch Trubisky, he's a gem. Congrats to the team who drafted Guardian down.
Wow.
It's true. No, terrible mistake. You act like that's going to be like something I'm going to like defend. I'm not. It was terrible. I hated it at the time. Like I didn't defend that. No, that was awful at the time. I was not a fan, like excited about that. The only reason we got to the playoffs that year and had such a great season was not because of Mitchell Trubisky, it's because our defense was so good and running game and everything else. Like I said, yeah, the first opportunity we finally had.
He's another one of those though who showed flashes where he was like really good, and then all of a sudden you'd be like,
oh, he would overthrow people by miles though.
But and then that would happen. You'd be like,
Yeah,
who's he throwing
consistent.
to? What is going on? But then he'd have those moments where he'd make a run, he'd make a nice throw, it'd be like a good groove, and then all of a sudden
he was just another one though where it was kind of ridiculous, where it would be you drafted him, he only played 13 games in college or something. Like you drafted this guy over. The only thing I'm glad about now, looking back on it, I'm glad we picked Mitchell Trubisky over Deshaun Watson. Because Deshaun Watson would have been even more of a nightmare right now. Yeah. And obviously he's already kind of washed up because of everything he went through. So that would have been an even worse nightmare. So in a way, I'm glad we picked Mitchell Trubisky because now we have a chance with what we have going on. So we'll see. We see.
All right. So maybe really good was overstating it, but there were series where you'd be like, wow, he's playing very well right now. And then the very next series, you'd be like, wait, what happened to the other guy?
Right. You took Trubisky to get feel. That's what I'm going to go with, Frosty. I like that you've put that together. Let's go with that. Jim McMahon was more accurate and he's legally blind. That is true. Again. That is true.
I'm blurry. I did that. I thought I did that. I didn't go in far enough, I guess.
You didn't. It was a calculated rebuild. Exactly. Frosty, man, the long game was there. But no, I'm like I said, who knows what's going to happen? No one knows. Like I said, we all joke about, because whatever colored shirts and things that like we like on our team better than someone else's. Like I said, we don't know what's going to happen unless, basically the only good teams out there right now, it's, are definitive. It's Chiefs and, some of those teams. Chargers are looking pretty good, except their coach isn't good. They're kind of wasting a lot of stuff over there. And so we'll see.
Eagles, Niners.
We'll see. Obviously Green Bay's on a huge downturn,
well,
Vikings in Detroit and everybody else are kind of doing whatever.
I hear you listen to Phil Simms and Mike Florio talk, and I think that this, they had a good offensive line. Their defense underperformed, but was still almost in the top 10, yada, yada, yada. So anyway, who knows?
Evening Bevy, currently sipping on smoky maple bourbon with cinnamon horchata. Wow, that sounds delicious, human being. Delicious. Chargers going 9-8 again. Probably, like, I don't wish negatively on them. I like a lot of the players in there. I don't wish negatively on them. Get to see what it has been like to be a Bears fan for all my life. Yeah, you're going to get a taste of that, maybe. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows? Like I said, I find it hard to believe that the Packers will strike gold 3 times in a row. But we'll see. At least the Browns have yet to find a solid quarterback. What was their last Pro Bowl quarterback? Probably Bernie Kosar. They're overpaying Herbert. If that's at the expense of the rest of the team, that is a debate you can have for sure. For sure, Bean. Chargers coach would flourish in the NFC. I mean, any team can win a division with a 5-12 record.
Derek Anderson.
Okay.
Derek Anderson. I knew it. Okay. I said it just, yep. Like 2002, 2003.
Wait, weren't there 2 Anderson quarterbacks? Oh, I'm sorry. This is for the Blubberbutts.
Oh, that's right.
Quarterback ready for the Blubberbutts. Cheers reference. Don't worry about it.
Anderson party. Table for the Anderson party.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It wasn't for the Anderson party.
Yeah. Vic, we got a problem down here. It's 2 Anderson party. Oh, sorry. I like that he just takes it so just.
I'm sorry. It wasn't for the Anderson party.
You were right. Yeah. No, I have no idea. I don't follow enough of other teams as much. But hey, my team has Anthony Richardson. I'm telling you. Anthony Richards. Anthony. Donner, party of 50. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's definitely a much more wide open in a lot of things. Like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the NFC South. Like that's probably going to be kind of a fairly tight division, I would say. I think the NFC North is going to be close for the most part. Like I don't think anybody's going to run away with the division in theory. But it's always also about like who gets hurt, who doesn't, all that stuff. Interesting season for sure. Hope we tank and get Harrison Jr. That's one of the few things that is really great this year for the Bears. Like I said, all the jokes aside, if we have another bad season, we have 2 number 1 picks next year. So if Justin Fields is not turn out to what I hope he's going to be and what everyone kind of thinks he might, or a lot of people thinks he might be, and doesn't improve, we have 2 number 1 picks. So we can either have the number 1 pick or we can trade up with someone else. We're like, here, you can already have 2 number 1s. Like we have so much capital. We have so many options. Yeah. Tank for Caleb Williams is people want to do. That'll be 4 bad teams fighting. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say it was going to be good for Aussie. I just said it's going to be close. That's still interesting sometimes. AFC North looks to be a bit more balanced unless Lamar stays healthy. I mean, but Lamar Jackson though, weird thing with him, he's got funny stuff going on where he's got a new offensive coordinator. Is he going to work well in that new kind of offense? It's going to be more of a spread offense, not running the ball like he is. So he's actually going to have to throw the ball, which I think he is not as like he's better than some, but I don't think he's a pure passer in any way. Can he actually make it through more than 7 games? Like all these things, like
yeah, last couple of years he certainly hasn't.
If he's not running as much, maybe. I hope he is for my dynasty league sake. Well, yeah, I hope for that for sure. Lamar running back. In the AFC North, his arm is the 3rd strongest. AFC. So what do you got in the AFC North? You got Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Sean Watson,
and Kenny
Pickett. Are you saying Lamar Jackson's? No, that's not correct. That's incorrect. Yeah. Burrow has the best arm in that division, and then probably Lamar Jackson after that. Like Deshaun Watson is not good.
Well, he was.
Not anymore. He didn't look good last year, and he didn't play football for over a year.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Yeah, Pickett is probably last. Yeah, Deshaun Watson over Pickett. Was being the operative word there. Don't forget the AFC finalist participation banner in the rafters. Colts are embarrassing to be a fan of nowadays. What is going on with the Colts? Do they have like 3 quarterbacks? Did they draft like a 4th rounder? Like they have
Anthony Richardson is their quarterback.
That's right. They have Anthony Richardson. And then who else? Didn't they have another guy that they played last? I don't know. Yeah, they're a confusing bunch. And then what's his name's sitting out still, right? Is your running back still holding out?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas, yeah. Yeah, isn't he holding out for some reason? This is like the 9th straight season the Colts will have a new starting quarterback. It kind of feels like the Bears, doesn't it, Blau? That's how it feels. Richardson and Minshew backup, that's right, okay. He's holding out for a hero. 6 straight for the Colts with new quarterbacks? Man, it wouldn't surprise me. Holding out because he got a new agent who is feeding him bad shit. I mean, I don't know. Running backs in this league, they kind of probably have to get it when they can. If he thinks he has any advantage right now, he's probably going to go for it. Yeah, he missed some last season too, didn't he? Yeah, running backs just are not getting paid anymore. I don't know. Is he much of a pass catcher? Like, I think that's really the thing. And I heard someone running back talking about that on the radio. He's like, if you want to be a running back and you want to get paid, or you want to at least be in the talk of getting money, you have to be a Christian McCaffrey. You have to be someone that literally like can split out wide, can actually run between. You have to be so, which is unfortunate, but you have to be so insanely versatile, like in the game, to like be able to say like, oh yes, we need him because he does 4 things, not just, run up the gut or whatever. Like that's what's just tough right that.
Up the gut.
Probably not much leverage just because they're not going to be a good team again this year. I'm a Dolphins fan. Do you have a few minutes to talk about starting quarterback? I mean, you just lost your left tackle, didn't you, Guardian Down? Did I just see that today? That could be very rough. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be a running back. Very true. Last running back I got paid was Adrian Peterson. McCaffrey, Cook, yeah, Kamara, they all got paid decently recently. Yeah, Christian McCaffrey he's amazing. Tua's good if you can keep him upright and he can't get hit, but he's going to get hit at some point. And now if they're losing starting linemen, that's not going to be great. That's not going to be great at all. I was about to say if you protect, yeah, that's the key with him is just protection. When is your fantasy draft? Right, because you're in a work league, right?
Yeah, it's I think the Sunday before Labor Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If he protects him, yeah, it's on him as well, Frosty, to some extent. But yeah, you gotta have protection around him, and he needs to protect himself. He just goes out there. He should be like, "Can I please have the extra padded helmet? Can I have that when I'm out there actually on the field?"
You making those so I've learned a couple things I think you'll like in sign language.
Oh, I was actually going to bring up sign language at some point. I like this. Okay,
so
is this padded helmet?
No, it's kind of
is
hybrid
this helmet?
of two things.
Oh,
No.
should I pick some? Wait,
So
diver's helmet.
doesn't have anything to do with helmet.
Damn it!
So
Headache.
maybe. I don't
Okay,
know.
all right. I'll stop guessing.
Chicago, you make a C,
Uh-huh.
and you go like this. Chicago. That's C. Chicago. And then Bears is
Oh,
so Chicago Bears.
is it to the left? Is that what you did?
He did to
Or
the
you-
right. He did. Yeah, he showed me like this and then down. Chicago Bears.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then Cubs.
Huh?
Yeah.
I guess small ears.
Yeah, probably.
I'm like trying to
little
think. I don't
cubbies.
get this for Chicago.
It's
though.
a C.
I get that it's
For
a C.
whatever reason, maybe that has to do
Thanks.
with.
I'm glad
well,
to
no,
know it's
so
a C.
and then
But why this movement? Okay, I guess
that
should be
that
more
I don't know.
Okay.
that I don't have any idea. But I was told Chicago. So Chicago Bears.
Next week is my first mock draft. Have a slow draft going on right now. A slow draft. Good part about AR5 is he can get out of the pocket and book it. He's an athletic monster. I like Moster though because I like
He's a
Raheem
Moster.
Moster. Then a draft next week for my main Dynasty League, work league, and then maybe in another league with a certain streamer you watch. Sheesh, that is a lot. 12 hours per pick. Is that the long one that you were talking
Are you
about?
kidding?
That is the weirdest thing. Well, not the weirdest. My friend HJ, if he comes here in chat, he is literally in the weirdest fantasy football league I've ever heard of.
Sweet Sassy Molassie.
Sweet Sassy Molassie. Started August 1st. That is the strangest thing I've ever heard.
So you don't have to use all 12 hours though. That'd be funny though. Strategically, you make your pick.
Start the other person's clock quicker than he
yeah.
thinks. Ooh. Remember when folks were losing? So you try and have it that their pick hits like at a weird window of time, like at 10
They're
o'clock
at
at
work
night
or
when
something.
they might be. Yeah.
Or asleep.
Yeah.
Right when they go to bed.
Remember folks were losing their minds when Steve Hutchinson got that $70 million deal way back in the 2000s. I mean, but all that stuff kind of balances out. I mean, all that stuff does, you know. I mean, you couldn't even, eat for a couple weeks on 70 million anymore. I don't know how people do it.
How do they do it?
How do they do it? Most don't take 12 hours. How quick then did the first couple picks go? Did they go really fast? Like all of a sudden it was like we were at least through a whole round before.
Like, okay, I got first pick. Going to bed.
MLB paydays are just like, yeah, Bean, those are the ones that are always the hardest to stomach, I think. That's just like, whew. For O-line, it was a ludicrous amount back then. Oh, that's true. Yeah, O-line still, but O-linemen now still get like the top tier O-linemen, they're getting 20. First round was like 4 hours. That's not too bad. 10-year, $1 billion contracts on the horizon. Oh my God. I remember what was the biggest one I always remember that was like the bank breaking was the Alex Rodriguez. Like when his deal.
Thanks, big boy.
Thanks, big boy. I'm Alex Rodriguez. Thanks, big boy. Was like 250 million or something. I remember
For
that
10
was
years,
that was like the crazy like number at some point. Now
you are a cruel, cruel man.
Yeah.
Strike up the band. Remember those Blockbuster
10-year,
commercials?
256. Jeez. Now they're like 600. It's still those. Yeah, the quick movie reviews or whatever. Those are fine. You like show tunes. Offensive linemen, even guards are making 20 plus to the top, and Zach Martin just got 18 million a year. Yeah, like I said, those if you are the the rock of the offensive line, usually a left tackle or something like that. Those guys can get there. Like, I forget who it was. I think, did the Chiefs wind up letting that guy? There was a guy in the Chiefs, remember, that was going to be like, was wanting like 20. Yeah, tackles are in the 20s for sure. That's why running backs get nothing these days. Like, they finally realized, they're like, as long as we block it, we can put anyone back here as long as the hole is created. So pay these guys. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know if you're running back. I honestly don't know what you do, because like, even if it's gonna be interesting in like 4 years when Bijan Robinson, like if Bijan Johnson
Robinson.
Is it Robinson?
To infinity and Bijan.
Bijan to me. Whenever he gets there, like, is any of this going to, of course, correct it? Is he going to be enough of a, generational talent where he does so many different things? Bijan Robinson, thank you. Like I said, is he going to be enough of all those different things to be able to like warrant getting a contract? Is this just going to be the new thing where it's wide receivers, it's everybody else but the running back basically has a chance? Because that just seems to be just super, super awful. Are there going to have to be more? Well, almost like you look at people almost like the Deebo Samuel, where it's like, kind of goes in the running backfield. I mean, he's mostly a wide receiver, but like he does the stuff in the backfield. Like, are the teams just going to try and do that? Not pay, they'll draft their running backs and just churn through them. And then they'll have those skill players that just snap in and do those other things too. Niners tackle is still the highest paid. Oh, okay. Brooklyn Steelers left tackle looked very good in the first preseason game. Churn the running backs and yeah, I mean, that's right. That's just going to be what it is. And that, I mean, it's the way of the NFL right now. Yeah, I mean, David Montgomery, who we let go to the Detroit, like, I think we offered him about the same amount or a little less, and he just, took another team. But I think that was like, I think we offered him like $5 or 6 million, like 12 million over 2 years, something like that. Well, if it isn't Keith and Andrew, the Bevy Beer Brothers. Oh my God. Sam, how's it going? It's good to see you. Of course. Be serviceable. Running backs aren't on teams more than 3 years nowadays. Sign them and cut them loose. Yeah. Like I said, unless you've drafted, I mean, no one gets really drafted usually in the first round anymore, but I mean, because they only have the 4-year contract thing, and then you're probably letting them go or seeing if you can hold on to them for like a, if they really have done well and they kind of do a little bit of everything, then maybe you sign them for something. I mean, running backs these days, probably if you got to, it's like the Seinfeld where like, we'll give you lattes for an entire year and sold. They're like, oh, I wanted to hear the and at the end of that. Like, we'll give you
Kramer.
We'll give you $4 million and I'll take it. Just like diving in. Bean likes football. Okay, now I have Bean even more.
I like Bean.
I like Bean even more. Fullbacks have a shorter cut. There are like so few fullback. Like, I don't think anyone actually like is really a true fullback anymore. Secret. Yeah, no, that's been dead for years and years. I think we actually did have a fullback on our team last year, technically, and I think we still do. But yeah, that is pretty much not a spot anybody goes for, and usually it's because they're also on kick. Anybody that can swing into being in on coverage on kickoffs and punt returns and all that stuff too. If they can be on special teams, then you'll have a much longer career as well. Yeah, that's running backs just don't get drafted in the first anymore unless other than Bijan, who we talked about. Like, that was really did 2 wind up going? 2 running backs wind up going because Detroit took one too.
Yep,
they have 18 running backs.
That's the whole team. Everybody on the offense is a running back.
Yeah, just use a tight end as a fullback if needed. Yeah, exactly. That's where you go to 2 or 3 tight end sets and you can have one of them be the fullback because usually you've got one guy that is more of a blocking tight end anyway too. Gibbs from the Lions drafted way too early. Yes. Yeah, and the Lions actually could have had Bijan and they traded back to Gibbs. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. We don't have to watch him. Don't have to see him.
Right.
Don't have to see him around. Have you been watching? You don't have HBO, do you?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you've been watching Hard Knocks at all.
No, I've been hearing about it, but I haven't watched it. Is it HBO or is it Max?
Oh, sorry. Technically Max. Yeah,
Max.
I guess.
Okay.
Max.
I didn't know if there was still HBO too. So
now the Lions don't have receivers since they seemingly all were suspended. Yeah, exactly. The best fullbacks have been phased out because, hey, why pay someone $2 to $5 million a year for getting a CT? I mean, that's not really the reason. Like, it's just not a need for that position really anymore, honestly. HBO or Max both have it. Yeah, it's pretty much. I think they make you now download if it's the app or whatever. Like, now you have to download it. It's called Max. That's what all the stuff at least updated on my phone and TV and stuff. Max. Yeah, just bring in a tight end and pay the tight end probably less. Probably pay the tight end a little bit less. Oh, well, in honor of National hazy IPA day. We've got a red wine for this. Give it a shot.
And I'm Keith. When is National West Coast IPA Day?
Wonder if it'll
National Pale Ale Day? EA Day?
day.
Triple IPA. Do we have all these? Yeah. And it breaks out into little subsets. So
Pay the blocking tight ends 1.5 to 2 million. Yeah. National Double IPA. So funny you say that, Bean. That is actually what we have. We have a double IPA, which we're going to go get some glasses and take a little quick break here. Last great fullback I watched play was Lorenzo Neal. I think the last one I actually really remember thinking it was Moose Johnson. There have been other fullbacks. I'm not saying there weren't, but for me, like in my head, I'm like, if you said, well, name a good fullback, that's the one I would go to.
Yeah.
Lorenzo Neal. And he also had a lot of oil, too. Not a lot of people know that. Lorenzo's Oil.
Lorenzo. Oh, okay.
Name of a movie. There was the A-Train. Anthony Thomas from the Chicago Bears. The A-Train? Hell yeah, the A-Train.
But he wasn't the fullback, though.
I know he wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's who Secret's talking about.
Probably not.
He's talking about probably the other A-Train from the Buccaneers. Who was technically
Mike
a running back.
Allstott.
Mike Allstott.
Okay,
Was the original A-Train. I understood that reference. Thank you. Who was the guy in the Bucks? He was Mike Allstott was the guy I'm thinking of from the Bucks. That's the original A-Train. Was he on? He was on a Madden?
On a cover?
Yeah. Was he as good as like Peyton Hillis to get on the cover of Madden? How did that work?
I can't remember if he did get on a cover or not, but he was big for a while.
I'm telling you. Make sure you don't draft Josh Allen because you know he's on the cover of Madden this year.
Josh Allen?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Book it. Injured in one of the first 5 games. Telling you, I'm not wishing it upon him. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Guy was a bowling ball. That guy was just, he was literally a bowling ball. A wrecking ball, perhaps, maybe more like I want the Bills to be good so bad, but man, they're going to get to the playoffs every year. It's just what will they do with the playoffs, I suppose. You got a joke there? I saw a smirk. You had something.
No.
I feel you had a Bills joke there.
No.
All right. Well, you're going to think of one, though, while we take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe?
A joke? A Bills joke?
Peyton Hillis didn't have a bad Madden season, just nothing close to his breakout year. I mean, yeah, I guess he didn't get injured technically that year. That's true. That's true. All right. We'll be right back.
National Waterloo Day.
I don't know, but we should do that. We'll have to make sure we get on that. Thank you guys for hanging around. Appreciate all the sports talk too. I definitely enjoy all this for sure. Wish I could do a fantasy. I just get bored halfway through and forget about it. That's what happens with a lot of league stuff too. I get that, Bean. Like I said, I know a lot of people do that. Dang, at the 5th pick, not many quarterbacks I want to pick on the table. You shouldn't be picking a quarterback at 5. And it looks like Frosty already said that as well. So, yeah, you should not be picking a quarterback that early. Not really need to, but has been a trend of my league as of late. If the 4 picks ahead of me, who are you playing with where the first 4 people are picking quarterbacks? That is a very interesting league and seems like one you should win every year, like just like running away. I just feel that. Like, because you can be going wide receiver, you've got running backs, you've got so many options and coming back through if they're that's best running backs are generally the injury prone ones. Like the best running back this year is probably gonna be Nick Chubb. Like if someone actually wants to pick one in the first round, like if you're at the bottom end of the first round, which a lot of the mock drafts and fantasy stuff I see, like people love, I think if you're in a 12-team league, some of the best ones are like if you're 8, like that's one of the picks like people like the best because you kind of like get some of that out of the way. You either take that top running back, you still get a good wide receiver, and then you comes back around. You either get another wide, like some people are talking about doing the double wide receiver, depending on if you're in a PPR and all that kind of. There's a lot of factors for sure.
A PBR.
PBR.
Oh, okay.
PPR.
You're in a PBR
points
league
per running. No, it's reception, I think is what it is.
I'm in a PBR league. That's all we drink.
We drink a Pabst Blue Ribbon every time someone scores. My Sundays are nuts. True, since there are only 8 in my league, I feel a good running back will be available 2nd round. I guess. I don't know. I still go with my usual. Like I said, wide receiver this year is usually pretty good too. Yeah, Justin Jefferson, easy pick for sure. Running backs are going further back than normal. Yes, it seems like this year everything I'm seeing is like the first 4 picks are wide receivers. Then it's your McCaffreys, your like I said, Nick Chubb is in there for the most true running back. Who else was in there? McCaffrey was in there. Yeah, it's looking for those positions where picking the best spot of something is the largest gap between the next like couple spots. That's kind of what you want to look
Like
for
tight end.
sure. What's that?
Like tight end.
Yeah, like that. But what's interesting though is like Kelsey, like even as good as he still was only like 4 points average per week, like better than other like, so it's finding wherever the largest gap is and trying to jump on that. But anyway, an 8-man league, picking 5 is a great spot. Yeah, no, that's like I said. Yeah, I'd never want the first pick. I never want the first like 3 or 4 picks. Honestly, I would rather be, and I hate being the dead middle. So anything that is slowly skewing toward the back end of the first, that's where I'd rather be. I'd like to get like still one of the very good players, but then like possibly the top of that next swing of players. That's always my favorite spot to be in, but just me. 8 total quarterbacks means all will have a good quarterback, devalues the whole position, get the best player at other spots to differentiate. Tight end would be there. Yeah, Frosty, that's still how I feel for sure. I think I'll not get lucky and snag a C-Mac in this draft. That you will not get lucky. I don't know if people pick 4 quarterbacks first. It sounds like you will have the opportunity to pick.
Sounds like you've got a fantasy football league starting right here.
I know the About Beverages Fantasy League. Apparently, we have to do. In a dynasty league, I want to pick at the ends. Either I won or have the best player to rebuild. Yeah, that's very true. I've never done the dynasty league stuff, or like I said, my friend HJ is usually here in chat. He's in the craziest league I've ever heard of. Like I think that one has a decent amount of team. It's at least 12. It might be a 14, like the goofy one you're talking about, and it's got. Those are my words, not my brother's. The I think is goofy. And then on top of that, I think you have to play 3 quarterbacks, or like 2 quarterbacks or something, like, or 2 quarterbacks. Like, is the weirdest thing ever. Like it's like all about as many points you can possibly get. I can't even get into it. It's so silly. Either one. I have a 16-team dynasty league with defensive players, some weird scoring. I used to do, so that was something I always did in the league, when I ran a league for a little while. I always not only had defensive special teams, I always had a defensive player too, which we still do that actually in the other league I'm in now. Like people kind of picked up on that. I always think that's kind of fun because I always like defense. So few extra points, grabbing a player. I mean, it's usually that one's, unfortunately, it's not too hard. It's like if you're smart and you have to pick a defensive player, just look for whoever makes the most tackles.
Most tackles, yeah.
Pick a linebacker. Pick, so like everyone's always like, I'm gonna pick a corner. It's like, no, don't do that.
Oh my God.
League I'm in, I have the 3 mocks, and it's all the quarterbacks off the board, but I think the top 4 pickers are. So that's the thing. Yeah, I don't know about all these. I've never done all these mock drafts things with other. Like that's just weird to me. We have 3 linebackers, 2 defensive tackles, 2 defensive ends, 3 DBs. That sounds kind of fun. Like I think that would be interesting. I would do an all defense. I would do an all defensive league, like no offense and just have defense.
Nobody's mentioning punter here. Can't we pick a punter?
No,
he was a punter on your fantasy team.
Too. My old work fantasy league, one year had the offensive player slot, and everyone had 2 starting quarterbacks, so there was never anything to choose off the waivers. Yeah, like, and I have heard of leagues consistently that have 2 starting quarterbacks. I'm just like, God, that is weird. There's just nothing. No trades happen because everyone has everybody. It's just kind of silly. Excuse me. A super flex league. Just means Frosty just sits there like that's Frosty just sits there the whole time like that. Superflex is more.
I have a shirt for that.
Well, the goofy one this year is now we have a flex spot, but then the person that runs our league, they added we have to play 3 wide receivers, as opposed to having 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and a flex. I think we have 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a flex still. Don't know why. Kaya, how's it going? Good to see you. How's your computer still running?
Kaya.
Mine was Superflex last year. I don't know if I'm doing one this year. Yeah, not doing one. Maybe not doing one this year. Thinking about it.
Yes,
remember the NFL
Superflex
fantasy league commercial with the guy mispronouncing? TJ Hushmanzada. Computer is running great. Love to hear it. Makes receivers more of a premium. It does. Unless Bevy starts one this year.
There you go.
Maybe next year I'll think about it. If you guys actually want to do a fantasy football league, maybe we talk about it. I don't know what we would do for maybe like winner. Maybe we all like community pick from 3 different bottles of whiskey, and the winner gets the bottle of whiskey and we all ship it somewhere. I just have to verify all of your ages. I will beat all of you. Frosty, I'm liking how assuming you are in the league.
I will beat all of you.
Maybe I was going to actually draft you as my manager. I'd be like,
so
Bevy, you're really good with your team. Oh, I don't run my team. I paid Frosty to run it.
You've got two people already signing up.
Paid him in meat. These burps with this drink are deadly. Oh God. It was actually the year Peyton Hillis was the beast mode. I remember the guy who was in first place had Brady, Manning, Hillis on his team. Went undefeated in the season, lost to me in the first round of the playoffs. That's the best feeling, my friend. That is the best. Auto-loading demo laser painter, strand linear fusion. That sounds solid. Auto-loading holster, demolitionist. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's probably one of the best ones you're going to get at that. I would sign up for the Bevy Beer League. I mean, these are options. All right, we'll talk about this next year. There seems to be interest. At the first pick of the year, Sean Alexander was on the cover of Madden. You know what happened next. That's true. Never pick the guy on the cover of Madden. Has Peyton Manning been on there? Peyton Manning was on there, wasn't he? No?
Yeah, I don't know.
Patrick Mahomes?
I think so.
Was that the year he hurt his what do you call it? His kneecap went to the side?
Mahomes?
Yeah. Remember when he missed like 3 or 4 games? 2 games?
Oh.
He didn't miss a lot, but he missed a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Yep. Okay.
You know what happened next? You did not win. Winner gets a bottle of vodka. Wow, why would I be that cruel to people guarding down? Didn't NHL Fantasy League last year. My team last year was a dynamo and had a team payroll under $45 million in IRL contract amounts. The QB, yeah, it was the QB sneak. 2019 when Brissett took over. It was during a Colts game, wasn't it? Forgot about that. All right. Appreciate all the conversation. We're going to get to our first beverage of the night, or Keith's going to
celebrate.
Keith's kicking me under the table, and he's like, "I'm thirsty. Can we please drink something?" The answer is yes.
We're going to celebrate National Hazy IPA Day.
That's right, National Hazy IPA Day. Yeah, so we're going to record a podcast. I'm going to take a few things off the board there. When in doubt, take them out.
Petrified.
That's true. Petrified. I'm getting petrified. What? Look at that. Murky double IPA. Oh, man. Was it actually last week we made the mistake with the...
No, it was a few weeks back.
Was that a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because last week we had the mixed drink. Week before.
Just poured some Nikolai. 2 fingers. Neat. I love it. Secret. Nice. When in doubt, whip them out. That's true.
Whoa.
When in doubt.
Whoa.
That's right. That's not that day, though. National Put It on the Table Day. I don't know.
National Whip It Out Day?
National Whip It Out Day.
Okay. Kidoki.
Which is always followed by National Bail Out of Jail Day.
Yeah.
It's funny.
National Keep It in Your Pants Day.
Well, if you can't keep it in the family.
Wait, no.
No, it's the reverse of that.
It's the other one.
Keep it in your pants, keep it in the family.
Right.
Wasn't that was the day of...
yes. Not a family slogan for us.
No.
But for others.
No. That is the state motto of Louisiana, though, I think, possibly. Oh. National Who is that bail money day? Yeah, something like that. So a few weeks ago, we made a slight faux pas and not realizing that it was National IPA Day. And we had just made a switch on the beverage that we were going to do, the podcast that we were going to do.
Right.
Switched to a wine, and it was still good.
Right.
We enjoyed the wine.
It was a hazy wine.
It was kind of a hazy wine. That's true. So we were in the ballpark at least with that. But thankfully, we are going to be able to course correct and fix our misdeeds because today, as we were recording this, it is a National Hazy IPA Day.
Whew.
And thankfully, since you have agreed to it, you didn't want to switch out this week, even though I said, hey, I'm going to bring this one. You didn't have anything else.
No, it was last minute. I had no time to disagree.
Had no time to disagree. There's only this IPA, and we just disagree.
That's right.
There ain't no... I've got nothing else there. Let's just have this IPA let's give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Petrified Murky Double IPA from Pure Project. So lots of P's. Hopefully there's not too much popping going.
I hope not. No, we've got the filters on there. We're fine.
Okay, good.
I'm assuming by murky, they're talking about that it's going to be hazy. So that's why we have said that this is still for hazy IPA day.
Is hazy, and then there's murky.
Yeah,
or
this might
murky. I don't know.
I don't know which way it would go.
Yeah, get even harder to see through.
Exactly. It's the other song from Oklahoma they don't talk about much. ABV 8.3%. It is all hops from one of our favorite areas. We've got Nelson, we've got Matuka, we've got Nectaron, which I guess is a very kind of different one they mentioned here.
Okay,
but all New Zealand hops.
Okay.
Some of our favorites. So I'm going to go grab it out of the fridge and let's have a taste.
Let's do it. That's right. We've had a few things lately with Nelson and Motueka.
Named after the player on our old softball team.
Motueka.
Hey, Andrew, I'm back from Priest Lake. I'll post some pics in a little later. Brothers, that was a quick turnaround. I'm glad you're back safe and sound. We have had and podcasted on at least one other thing from Pure Project at some point, and we enjoyed it quite a bit, actually.
We have.
They are out of California, correct? San Diego?
Yes.
Which means a whales, actually. No.
Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree. Unfortunately, I did look at the tasting notes for a second there because they just literally, it's giant in bold face at the top. So hopefully it won't influence me too much. But
you're a professional. You can put those things out of your mind.
I will set them to the side.
That's right.
Definitely hazy. So we have hit upon it for National Hazy IPA Day.
Murky?
So we did it.
That's what murky looks like?
Maybe.
I don't know.
The color of murky?
You need goggles.
Okay.
To jump in there.
Should we go to the aroma?
Absolutely. That's delightful.
That does smell pretty good.
A little dank.
Definitely dank. I think that's the Motueka. I have found that more and more when I have had that in a beer along with Nelson. And then when I have had Nelson separately, I have immediately recognized not that aroma in there. So I think that's what that brings to the table, is that kind of funk, little dank. And like I said, maybe some pininess coming from some other things.
Yeah, it could be what we don't know what the Nectaron is bringing to that, but that's really good though. Yeah, when Nelson is by itself, it is definitely more toward the.
It's grapey. A Sauvignon Blanc, kind of like
toward that.
It's that kind of thing.
Definitely got some.
But yeah, just some nice tropical fruit stuff going on in there for the most part.
Smells nice and fresh.
Very balanced.
Yes.
The taste?
Yeah.
Today is now also National I Love My Feet Day. How do we think we will celebrate it?
Well, we won't celebrate it here.
No, we will not.
I'm sure there's lots of channels and
sites,
videos out there. Yeah.
Featuring
the fetish.
Guardian Down already has those tabs open. He has left and right tabs for each one. I bet it will smell like an IPA. It did, but
smelled like IPA spirit.
That's true. IPAs do all smell very different, though. A lot of them do. Some are similar, but a lot of them are different. Lucky work your magic.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God, I don't know what that means.
Right. Lucky specialized in the foot massage?
Don't know. Maybe.
Or showing feet?
Let's hope not.
No, I love my feet. Not National Show My Feet. You could just love your feet, but
look at this.
Love thy neighbor's feet.
Don't type in Foot Lover Day.
Yeah,
you might find not the right things. Sweet talking. Lake is an hour and 30 from the house. You will take the pics. Okay, nice. Wow, that's a lot closer than I thought. I always kind of forget. I mean, I know about where you're at ish, and then like I said, where you were going to. I was just kind of like, I don't know. I think I always wind up thinking in terms of the state I'm in, where I'm like, man, that's far away, but it's like you're not that far away from there.
Yeah,
like it's just silly. Work your magid. Your majid. I think I'm ready.
Okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember if I saw this on the description over here to my right.
Okay.
But I'm getting some peach and some apricot at the very end.
Yeah.
as you sit with that taste. And that's good.
It's very good. Like I said, it's kind of I like the body to it a lot. It seems like it almost has like a creaminess to it. There's definitely like a heaviness that I like. Little bitterness at the back, which I've been really enjoying in hazy IPAs as of late. I don't get quite as much of the dank in the taste as I did in the aroma, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Getting a little more of the fruit coming through. But yeah, I agree. Like some apricot, some peach, still a little bit of that tropical. But yeah, very well balanced, very drinkable. This is delicious. This is like, again, I've been very happy with every beer that I've had from them. Like I said, we've podcasted on one. You can go in the archives AboutBeverages.com and look that one up. I think it was just their regular like year-round IPA. I think it was the first one we had.
Yep.
But I've had a couple others since then, including this one. And yeah, they've all been very, very good. I always just get to the point with these where I've had several IPAs from the same place. I'm like, okay, now I want to try a different style. Can you do other styles well? So that's kind of whenever, do they do a kettle sour? Do they do some stouts? Do they do porter? I want to hit some of those other ones and say like, okay, this is, it's great when you can do one thing well, like, Tombstone around us for so long. It was always like, oh, their IPAs are great. Yep. But then you'd have some other things from there. You're like, oh my God, those are all so delicious. So they're just like, okay, they're the great brewery, like all the way around. And that's, I think, the next phase that I want to see, at least for what I can find here in Arizona.
Yeah.
From Pure
Try
Project.
a different style.
Definitely, for sure. And if you want to see any of the other styles of beer that we have had or beverages of any kind, you can always go to the website AboutBeverages.com. That is the place where you can find everything we've ever done for over a decade. If you only want the latest videos, YouTube is the best place to go. You can hit the subscribe button. You will always be notified when we have a new podcast or video go live, which is usually, again, the podcasts go up a couple times a week. There are some other shorts that go up throughout the week as well. So lots of content to keep you entertained and possibly slightly educated, like a little bit. If you only want audio, Google Podcast, iTunes, Spotify, all that stuff are great options. Just search for About Beverages in any of your favorite podcasting apps. You will more than likely find us there. And also, while you're searching, you're probably going to hit up on some other things, too. There we hang out.
Some social media stalwarts.
Ooh, stalwarts.
Pillars.
There we go.
The 3 pillars of social media, which for us are TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is still the one that we use most often.
It's true.
To keep you up to date on what is going on here at About Beverages. So like earlier this evening, when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings around 5:30 Pacific time. So we get together, try beverages. Most of the time they're pretty good. Every once in a while, not so much, but usually they are. Have some fun conversation. Tonight's conversation has been quite a bit about football, fantasy
football domination,
sports. So it's been good. We've had a good time with that. Also, throughout the week, Andrew's going to keep you up to date on what he is doing in the gaming world and what beverage he will have in hand as he pursues the different conquests.
Oh my God!
So for all the latest About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.
And that is a podcast. The lake is an hour and 30 from the house. You will take. Okay, I read that one. Okay. Guardian Downs, I read as I was trying to do the podcast and I almost passed out. That's how impressive and professional I am, though. Tomorrow is National Cream Pie Day. I wonder if I could find a nice girl to share cream pie with.
Cream free. Is that nasty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also with probably on the same foot picture websites he's kicking.
Oh.
20 years from now, people will be watching the videos thinking, what's this Twitter, like MySpace? It's very true. People are like,
hit us up on AOL.
Hit us up on AOL.com.
Yeah.
I've been swiping on the dating apps. Any luck, Bean? So maybe I'll be able to share one. Hey, Guardian Down, Bean's got something for you.
Share cream pie?
Oh. I also like, where was it, Brothers there? Her name would be Little Debbie.
Yeah, I think that heavier, more bitter layer they used to balance out the Nelson or to provide that little counterpoint. But it's good.
So they say it's widely coveted nectar on hops. A couple more of our favorites. Nelson Von Matuka. On the palate, fruity notes of mango, jam, papaya, and tangerine.
I had more apricot-y, but I could see nectarine in there
gracefully, too. They probably meant to put intertwine, but they put entwine.
Harmonizing
Harmonizing within a medium-bodied, soft mouthfeel that leaves the taste buds wanting more. A sip of this brew, and you might as well say kiwi's juice.
Yes.
Is the kiwi's juice sweet as?
Sweet as. Oh, I got a sweet ass.
Aroma: papaya, mango, overripe guava, passion fruit, cantaloupe. I mean, I said kind of tropical.
Yeah.
Which I agree with on that. I don't know if I'd have picked out.
Stone fruit.
Definitely soft medium body. That was nice. Speaking of orange vanilla, there's a brewery near me that has an orange screamsicle ale. It's really good and smooth. A great finish for a night. Were we talking about that last week, Bean? Did that come up? I can't remember, but within the last few weeks that has come up in a conversation because we were talking about that Belching Beaver Brewing Company used to do the Fall of Troy, which was an orange creamsicle. What was it called? They had a different name
milkshake.
Milkshake IPA.
Yeah,
Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. Orange creamsicle milkshake IPA. And we were like, it was good to split. Like where you'd be like, okay, I want to have like, X amount of it. And it was tasty, but to drink a full can, it was like really heavy. So if that one's good for a full beverage, maybe they handled it a little better. Spokane, Washington is in northeastern Washington State, and Priest Lake, Idaho is northeast panhandle of Idaho. Okay, so like right there. So like an hour and a half, that's like from us to some, like I said, other major cities and stuff. It's lighter. Okay. Like 5%. I can't remember what the Fall of Troy was. That one was probably more 7-ish, probably.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Let's see if they actually even
and
have
what's
that
in
on
the
here.
box?
Oh, that was also Belching Beaver.
Yeah.
%8.8%. So it was an Imperial.
Okay.
Double IPA, orange. Okay. With notes of orange and vanilla. But yeah, they definitely added like extract to it. Did they say it on there? There was some sort of extract added because you could tell. Like it was like a little bit, you're like, oh, that tastes a little over the top. But it was good though. I liked it. Good for that kind of a split. It was a good one to have for like if a party was happening. Like, oh, we should all try this. Like that kind of thing. Belching Beaver has a peanut butter chocolate stout that is heavenly. Yes, that is
familiar with that.
That is one of our favorites. We've had that one many times. They have that on nitro, which is good. You can get that in a bottle. You can get that in the can. I've had that on draft actually at Belching Beaver, even though I could find it everywhere. I was just like, oh, I just need to have this one here. But that is a favorite, brothers, for sure. A favorite, most delicioso. Yeah, this one is really good. So overall, though, did you like the series? The quarter. It started with a simple question about the Netflix show and turned into everything else.
Yes.
Did you like it? Okay.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. Yeah, it was good.
Good.
It worked out well for them that two quarterbacks got into the playoffs and one got all the way.
Oh, that's right. So this is all
champion.
from last season.
Yeah.
Like basically. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it basically covers from beginning to end.
So that's why Netflix, all the people were turning it down, they were looking at for this season going, oh, I get it.
I guess start recording.
Okay. Did they record them like at camp and stuff?
Mm-hmm. There's camp. Yeah.
Wow.
In their homes. They
in their bedroom where their wife sleeps?
Yes.
Where their children play
with their toys. That's right.
In their home.
Yeah, no, there's footage from everywhere, or all parts of their life there. So in their cars,
I'm in the bathroom.
In the car, well, maybe, but they don't show that. Fortunately,
I'm trying to take a shit.
Like Kirk Cousins has 2 chiropractors come to his house. It's like a husband and wife chiropractor team.
Oh,
that's what they say, chiropractor. Yeah,
sure it is.
Love Your Foot Day. Every day at the Cousins house. No, I'm just kidding. No, but it was So they show that kind of stuff going on too.
It's like Reese's peanut butter cup and a beer. I mean, that's a good way to describe it, brother. It is really good. I wish it was like my only thing after having had it for so long and then seeing, because I think it's one of those natural flavors kind of thing. Like, I wish it was like actual peanut butter. But like I said, the flavor is still, I can't turn it down. That one's good. Reese's peanut butter cup beer when? Yeah, I don't know. I love dark chocolate peanut butter cups. Have you ever had those?
Oh yeah,
that's
we
like,
sell both of them.
It's like the
at
Trader
work.
Joe's ones, right? Yeah.
That's the one
Those
we sell
good.
the most
Are
of.
they the mini ones? Aren't they?
No, the mini are the milk, but we have the bigger size in. Well, okay, so we have a really mini, like you could put on an ice cream sundae,
like teeny tiny.
Yeah, like teeny, and then ours are smaller, but yeah, we have dark and milk chocolate in that. The dark chocolates sell better.
Keith, get on that. You have the connections. Keith, can you get a reset? I mean, Trader Joe's was doing those like those pastry beers for a little bit, which we had a few of.
They'll probably be back. I would think it might almost be time for cookie butter beer to show up again.
You know what's also it's been time for? I saw when I was at the stores today. You mentioned it last week.
No, it's I've seen Oktoberfests So there must be pumpkin beers.
I saw multiple.
Yeah.
I didn't see any. I was actually going to bring a pumpkin beer to the table today. But I couldn't find anything that really I was like, oh, this would be fun. Like everything was like, I think they had the Left Hand Brewing, the pumpkin like latte. So it was just a spice beer. I was like, that's not what I want.
Yeah.
And then unfortunate. I know a lot of people like this one. We've had it several times. The pumpkin is just
Southern Tier.
It's just the Southern Tier pumpkin. There are better ones out there. Sushi, it is good to see you. How are you doing? Good to see you.
Oh.
That
Popping
is,
in and then going back out.
That's Jav's golden retriever, Sam.
Okay.
Sus Sam. He took a picture of Sam, his golden retriever, at some point, and his head, he was like literally laying out, and he had this look on his face. Nice guardian down. Thank you.
May I have your name, please?
Robert
Good timing.
Loja.
Can you spell that for me?
Certainly. That's Robert Loja. R as in Robert Loja. O as in, oh my God, it's Robert Loja. B as in, by God, that's Robert Loja. E as in, everybody loves Robert Loja. R as in, Robert Loja.
I should redo this, then
T
I'll have
as
the
in
black bars
Tim.
on the
Look
side.
over there, it's Robert Loja. Space. L as in, look, it's Robert Loja.
That's good. After watching the Johnny Manziel documentary, it's very apparent that the fame and blowing through money ruined his career, and he was a lazy. He did not seem like. Oh yeah, I've seen the clip that's been going around. I mean, if you needed that to know about Johnny Manziel, like that's on you for drafting him. E as in endless. That one goes on for a while, doesn't it? RX. It does go on for a while. Yeah, no. So it was that one, the pumpkin, which, like I said, again, we've had it like twice. We thought, I think we liked it. Like aroma wise better, or at least I thought we did. And then I think we looked at the video and we literally had the exact same impression.
Yeah,
like, oh, this kind of smells good. And then you taste it, the flavor is just not good. Leeson Brewery Night Owl Pumpkin Ale is very, very good.
I think once too.
We have definitely had that one. I can't remember exactly.
There was something from a place
It's never ending
in St. Louis that we liked that was like a caramel.
Oh, that one was really good. And there
caramel.
was the
Oh, it was O'Fallon. That's it.
Fallon Brewing had had a couple good ones.
Yeah.
That we tried.
Yeah,
Go in the archives. Literally, that is probably that style. That's probably one of, other than like an IPA or something like that. That's probably one of the most things we've had the most of. Go and like search for pumpkin beers on our website.
We got
there
a
are
couple
so many.
Couple of Oktoberfests, and I think the Trader Joe's Oktoberfest becomes available next week. So
Trader Joe's October. Yeah, we've done. Yeah, Oktoberfest. Especially if you lump those in, that's even more of those too. What happens when we type in pumpkin? Oh, it was already. Like, what do we got here? Refresh our memory. Pumpkin pie treat.
Oh, that was last year.
That one was pretty good. That was from Prairie Artisan Ales, so that one, of course, was good. Kentucky Pumpkin Barrel Ale. That was okay.
Yeah.
There it is. O'Fallon's Salted Caramel Pumpkin Beer.
That
was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
We thought that was going to be gimmicky, but it was surprisingly good. We had the Pumpkin Porter from Four Peaks, which is a local-ish brewery. That one. Oh, was that actually a pumpkin beer? The Clown Shoes was too.
Yeah.
The Clown Shoes was as well. There was a Gordo Imperial Pumpkin Stout aged in Whistle Pig rye whiskey barrels. It was not as good as it sounds.
No.
International Whiskey Day, August 31st. Okay, we're going to have to do something good for that then, or at least around there. The Browns in their never-ending quarterback nightmare wasted the draft pick on him, and
It's 2 weeks from
guaranteed
today.
a message. Loving quarterback, they ain't winning a Super Bowl. Yeah, that's like I said. They didn't do well there.
So 2 weeks from today is the 31st.
Oh, so we can do it exactly then. Maybe that's
if
the
it
time.
is indeed
maybe
International Whiskey Day.
Maybe that's when we open up the bookers.
Oh, okay.
I have not RX. Have not picked up the bottle of the Ardbeg yet. Thought it was a good idea to pick up Watson. Yeah, I would agree, Bean. Would agree, and especially a guaranteed contract too. That's a most Thursday. You're welcome.
Most.
You're welcome. Oh wait, just in case. Oh no, I did put those up. What else? Trader Joe's Howling Gourds Pumpkin Ale, O'Fallon Pumpkin. Just their O'Fallon Pumpkin Beer was also good. Elysian the Great Pumpkin we have had. Nitro Pumpkin Spice Latte, not so great. Schlafly. I've had a lot of ups and downs with the website, but I really do like this. This is nice. this is nice right now going through all these. They work. It works well. Moist Thursday and gross RX. My God. Wasting 238 million guaranteed on a massage loving quarter. Oh, massage loving. There we go. Massage loving. That's what you're going for. Elysian Night Owl Pumpkin Ale. Is that the one? Where was it? Yes. So we have had that one. Let's look at the tasting notes.
I don't think there's going to be any tasting
Damn
notes.
it. Yeah. We seem happy at the beginning of that picture, though.
We do.
I wonder if we like it or not. I just hope the Colts never come to that. Agreed. Wonder. Too soon for autumnal discussion. It's still light at 8:30. Yeah, also that too. It just came up. Like I said, we're already seeing the beers entered in there. So we've done, again, go in the archives. Appreciate it if you guys watch any of those. We have tried a lot of pumpkin beers. We've had the Wasatch Almanac. That was a different one. We had the Black Lantern, a pumpkin stout. At some point. Ballast Point Pumpkin Down. Ballast Point's last good beer. I stand by that. Oh my God. There's 5 more pages of the word pumpkin. We're not going through all of those, but there is a lot of pumpkin beers going all the way back. Overall, what is your favorite pumpkin beer? What do you think? Off the top of your head, if someone walks into Trader Joe's right now and they say, I don't see you guys have a lot of pumpkin beers, but I kind of want to get some for a party. Do you have a suggestion of a pumpkin beer that I should look for?
Well, unfortunately, my favorite pumpkin beer I can't sell to you because my brother and his buddy make it. It's a pumpkin porter.
It's true.
And it's really good.
Is.
So be on the lookout for, any pumpkin porters. At least might try to come close to that. But the Dogfish Head always, and then the what's the other one? The one that we liked so much. The Imperial.
That's the
not Smashing Pumpkin, but
it's the Pugsley's Smash Pumpkin.
Smash Pumpkin.
Their
That's
Imperial Pumpkin Ale. That one is also very good.
Yes.
And if for some reason, if you're looking and you can actually find the Pumpkin Down from Ballast Point, is it a pumpkin Scotch ale or something? It was like another very unique one. It was delicious.
Back in the day.
It was so good.
That's right.
Pumpkin chocolate porter would be fantastic. The one we have is actually, it's not chocolate, but it's a home brew that, like I said, I do most years with my friend Jay when he's in. If you say HJ in chat, you can ask.
Pumpkin.
But yeah, that has been a family favorite for years now, and probably is one of my favorite pumpkin beers. No lie, it's really good. Same with High West. I'll give my money for a bottle of Midwinter. People love the Midwinter. I've never actually had that one. Jonathan Taylor's a good running back, but because being a running back is hard, they only have a few good years before their bodies break apart. Yeah, and they just don't want to pay him anymore with the offenses. Just, as if the rest of your team is clicking, it's just not going to happen. Some local heavy beers I should try. I like a heavy beer. Right before they sold to Big Beverage. I wish someone would sell to Big Beverage. Someone will sell us the Big Beverage.
Oh, okay. We can be bought.
We have a number. We have a number. Wren House goes big mode still. We love Wren House Brewing.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite local breweries for sure. RX. Love Wren House. Yeah, probably needs to fire his agent at this point. I don't know. What drink are you currently drinking? Just joined Orca. I've got the link for you.
Here's the link.
So we started off with the Waterloo Orange Vanilla Sparkling Water. Right now we're having the Pure Project Brewing Petrified Murky Double IPA because it is National Hazy IPA Day. And we're about to take another quick break here, and we're going to go grab the Trader Joe's Grand Reserve Zinfandel.
Forward to that.
West 12 at Bar None. Gilbert sometimes goes big. Ooh, interesting. I don't know if I've had anything from them, RX. I'll have to look for them. Look at the market for running backs and work around. I would, if I was an agent, I would say, can you play wide receiver? That's what I would say. All right.
How do you feel about tight end?
How do you feel? That probably would work a little bit more as long as you have a little height to you, maybe. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna go grab some wine glasses, go grab the wine, and we'll come back with our final beverage of the evening.
Just a moment.
See you in a moment for sure. So, what temperature is it that it finally becomes red wine drinking season for you?
It just has to feel cool outside sometime during the day.
So in Arizona, never.
Never. No, it just seems like maybe
Is
usually
it a state of mind? 56 degrees.
September, October rolls around, I guess.
Do you remember
there
the
we go.
red wine that you had in September? It was on Taco's birthday in September.
21st of September. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
We were opening
But no, but
wine.
seriously, it's like, so is there like an actual time when it finally just hits? Or?
Yeah, I think so. It probably just, it's more of just
So
like
fall?
a feel like maybe
Around the harvest,
fallish.
when you're out there harvesting your crops.
I mean, because I enjoy white wine enough and rosés enough, so and other things. But yeah, red wine. I at least need to feel like, okay, maybe I'm starting to have something heartier, or it just seems like it's a cooler evening and time to have something. Time to have a red wine.
Bears should trade for JT. They love to run the ball. Might as well stock the cupboard. Sam, the only thing is, like, we already have like 3 really good running backs. Like, I would normally agree with you and be joking about it, but yeah. Coming this fall, the sweet sounds of the Bevy Brothers to soothe your soul. Sam, you're too kind. My opinion is that while quarterback should be the highest paid player on a team, running back should be the second highest paid player. You are dead wrong, brothers. My God, man. Could not be more wrong. Chicago winter starts on the 21st night of September. Being that is accurate.
Or sooner.
It's, I mean,
Yeah.
you all,
But-
everyone puts the value of whatever they feel.
And that's just for me as far as red. I know people who drink red wine year round. It just doesn't.
Kicker should be
Doesn't
highest.
appeal.
Studio with the facts. I'm sorry. You know what?
Punters.
I take back what I said. Studio's right. Kicker.
Long
Highest-
snapper.
The highest scoring player. That's
Where does the long snapper fall in here?
where does the long
And can you have a long snapper on your fantasy team? Probably not. How do you evaluate
How
that?
would you evaluate long? You can't gain any points. You only lose.
That's right.
You
I guess,
only
yeah.
can lose
As
points.
long as it does every snap correctly.
Bears have had some amazing players over the years. Urlacher or Ditka is probably my favorite. I mean, Urlacher, Butkus, Singletary, like those are my big 3, especially for linebackers. And then like obviously Peyton. Like I can't talk about the Chicago Bears without talking about Walter Payton.
True.
Just for everything obviously that he did for the game and everything else. Like I said, he is very high up there. But yeah, Walter Payton, Urlacher, like I said, Singletary is the one that I remember because that's where I was younger. Like I have his rookie card. Like I have, things like that. Richard Dent, like I said, for me, again, this is a Bears fan. No one said, like I said, I actually have Richard Dent's autograph, on something like that. So I've got a love for a lot of Bears players.
So somewhere along the way, Kirk Cousins, either in his little league football or college or somewhere, Mike Singletary was actually his coach.
No way.
Yeah. So they show him a couple times.
And that was actually where that speech came from, where he was like, can't coach him. Get off of the Mike Singletary thing there. Thanks to Rex Grossman. I blame the goddamn rain, Bean. Don't bring it up. Absolutely cruel bringing that up in chat. Hurts me right here. It's all right, Bean. Fine. It's fine. From Detroit, Jason Hansen, longtime Lions kicker, ranks 3rd in NFL history in points scored, 2,150, and field goals made, 495, and 7th in extra points made, 665. Yeah, Rex Grossman was an EU. Super Bowl Shuffle, there you go. Exactly, all of those things. Gary Fensick, those are the things I would like to get a jersey of at some point. I would like to have a off the table, like a kind of thing like that, where it's like have a Fensick jersey or have something that's like
Doug Blank.
a Doug Blank, a Galt maybe.
Dennis McKinnon. Sean Gale. Ooh.
Hampton.
Dan Hampton, of course. Mama's boy Otis.
Otis Wilson would be down. I'd be down for that. That'd be kind of cool.
Double
Wilbur
nickel.
Marshall.
Wilbur Marshall, yeah.
Wilbur Marshall would be all right. Yeah, like pretty much any from the 85 Bears would be a pretty sweet jersey to have, like as something.
Matsui.
And I think that's the way I would go. Singletary, we could always go that route too. You have a Joseph Adai jersey. Okay. Best kicker in NFL history is Gostowski or Justin Tucker. Hot take. I don't think Justin Tucker is much of a hot take. Isn't he like Gostowski? Maybe. It'd be Justin Tucker or what's his name? The guy that kicked for the Patriots for forever.
Vinatieri. Oh, okay.
Vinatieri, yeah. Be Vinatieri or Justin Tucker, I think, are probably technically almost like at least best game kickers for everything. There we go, yeah.
Vinatieri.
Reggie Wayne was one of my favorite Colts growing up. Reggie Wayne was always great.
Marvin
Harrison, yeah.
A
lot of good wide receivers coming out of there. I love the clip. There's a clip, speaking of the Colts, that's hilarious. Of like it's like they had them like mic'd up, and it's as the play is happening with Peyton Manning, he's yelling at one of his linemen who didn't get the block, and some guy's chasing him. Have you ever heard this clip?
No.
It's amazing. Like all of a sudden, you just hear Manning going like, he's like coming out of the pocket and whatever. It's kind of like a farther back shot, so I don't know what the audio's from, but all of a sudden he's like, wherever the guy's like, so-and-so, mother, you missed the block, like as he's running, like he's yelling at the lineman that he missed the block. Has anyone seen this? Fun fact, Vinny played longer on the Colts than the Pats. That's true. That is true. He was there for quite a while. All right, let us get to our final beverage of the evening, and we can continue a little conversation after we have done said podcast. We've got to organize here. Can't see the glasses.
You want to open it now, or do you want to wait?
Can I get the? I can do it on the air. I think I'm okay.
Okay.
Had to make sure I could unsheath it. Oh, sorry. Well, it's National Cream Pie. No,
it's not. Yeah.
Janikowski was a beast. I mean, that's what the lady said when he was in college. Where's the rim shot? There we go.
Really good.
David Akers. I forgot about that. Oh, yeah. Seabass was a great kicker. Kick his ass, Seabass.
Kick his ass. That's right.
Oh, man. All right, podcast time. Do you think there's one person at least when they go to their mailbox, which I'm assuming that's how it still happens, and actually is like slightly afraid because there's about to be a flyer in there? How does that work?
Be afraid?
Yeah, I mean, because they're like, is it in here? There's gonna be too many good deals. I'm gonna want to participate, and I'll have to go into a store. Like they kind of get scared, or
I don't know,
or do they just take the bull by the horns and just?
I don't know if we actually mail any of them anymore.
Oh no,
they used to all get mailed, and then it was a limited time throughout the year. Now we don't even actually print them every time there's a flyer. A lot of times they're just e-flyers.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what the thing is about them being mailed, but when people see them at the store, they certainly do like to grab one.
Well, here's what you shouldn't be afraid of. In the Fearless Flyer, usually there's at least some wine at some point, probably.
Oh,
right?
yeah, at least one.
At least one, if not many. And I always get the most excited when they hit the Grand Reserve level, the Diamond level, some of these more upper tier levels, which in theory, you're getting a $10 or $15 bottle of wine that should be in the what? I don't want to over exaggerate. Where do those normally fall?
So this is a 12, the Grand Reserve, you mean?
Yeah, the one we're about to have for usually this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we're AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Trader Joe's Grand Reserve Dry Creek Zinfandel 2021.
Sonoma County. So this one in theory should be a roughly what price bottle of wine somewhere else?
Like $25-ish bottle of wine.
Okay.
If the winery that makes this for us puts it in their own label, that's usually the theory. It's like a $25 or $30 bottle.
Okay.
Somewhere in that general range.
Because it gets the Trader Joe's name on there, they're getting something. They're kind of
right.
I think runoff is derogatory.
Yeah,
some extent.
sometimes
but that's not. It's just we have extra, and Trader Joe's like, this is delicious. We'd like to have this there. Let's work out a deal.
More may have been produced than the winery needs that they know they can sell. So then they will offer that to Trader Joe's. That can happen sometimes. Sometimes it's one of those things where a winery's had a commitment to another business that was going to bottle it, and that falls through. So then they can get a hold of Trader Joe's.
Oh, okay.
And then sometimes this is just, done with us in mind from the beginning. So
do you think wineries ever go, and this is complete speculation, like I was just thought of this off the top of my head. Did they ever say, okay, we're going to make 100 cases of this wine. Oh gosh, we can actually make 150. If we make 150, then we've diluted our market. We actually would have to charge less. So we're going to sell this other stuff off to somebody else to keep our prices higher. And then someone like Trader Joe's, obviously the benefit of it.
Right.
Do you think that actually ever happens?
I would bet that does happen quite a bit.
I was wondering about that. Like if that, depending on the winery, obviously.
That is, yeah. Well, there are a few different ways that these wines come about, and that's definitely one of them. So,
Zinfandel, definitely one of my favorite varietals. We have done entire podcasts dedicated to, can you tell the difference between different levels of Zinfandel price-wise? Like I said, thanks to some people here in chat that had got us some bottles from the actual vineyards themselves. So it was directly from them. If you want to go check those out, look in the archives and check those out at AboutBeverages.com. But yeah, this one just dropped, what, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, came out the flyer came out a week ago Monday. It's been in the store for a little bit longer than that, but not too much longer. But yeah, I still actually reference that Zinfandel podcast.
Oh, nice.
When I'm talking with people of it, because there was the $5.99 bottle that I'll say, you know what, it's not as good as this one, but not bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Exactly. Kind of like our website, AboutBeverages.com. I never really have a lot to say about the color. I'm going to be honest with everybody. It's the color I'm looking for.
Yeah. Right. I can't
it's not
really
pink,
see through
it's not
it.
white, it's red. So
no brown around the edges. Yeah, it's what I would expect from a Zinfandel.
Exactly. Let's go to the aroma and see if that kind of keeps going.
I think I'll be there with you. Mm-mm. That sounded weird, but hey, who cares? Bam and aroma.
Peyton is now a college professor at the University of Tennessee. Interesting. Huh.
What doesn't he do? He's the one behind that quarterback show. He's the producer of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Peyton Manning. He's everywhere.
The best thing I have seen lately, and I think I've talked about this, because I actually, people give Joe Buck a really hard time, and I think he's actually probably one of the best commentators like we've ever had.
You used to not like Joe Buck.
Well, he doesn't like the Bears. He doesn't like the Cubs. So that was very frustrating. But I've tried to get past that because people are stupid. And you just try and accept that. But overall, I think he has a very dry, similar sense of humor almost that I have, that he can. And my favorite one, they show this clip all the time where, if you've seen it, he was like on that. Because when you watch the ESPN game, there is like another feed where is it the ESPN game or
the Manning cast,
where it's the Manning cast, and they always have guests on there. One time they had Joe Buck on there, and Manning was talking to Joe Buck, and he was like, have you ever, like, when the game starts to go bad, like, is it hard to fill in with information, or does that like happen very often where you're trying to fill in for time? And he's like, well, I haven't had that happen to me in a while, except for when you were in the Super Bowl against the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, I was like, oh my, and you just see Eli Manning go, oh my God, they both just start dying laughing. It's great. It's great. $25. Shit.
But Joe Buck's on ESPN now, though, isn't he?
He is. He and Troy
must
Aikman
have been from a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, this is from a while.
Okay.
Yeah, this is an old clip for sure. So it's technically another winery's wine that gets repurposed as, yes, exactly. Studio is that
sometimes? Yes, absolutely. And,
I mean, Trader Joe's doesn't have any vineyards.
No.
Not that I'm aware of. It's all them.
These are relationships that have been built up over years.
Right.
Yes.
A lot of it is that you probably, again, correct me if I'm wrong, they have relationships with these wineries. They already sell some of that wine at Trader Joe's, and then they work out some deals probably with them on top of that.
Could
it's
be.
not all of them, but they.
No, I mean,
they're
Bogle,
like, oh, we sell X, Y, and Z, and then they're like, oh, you know what? Would you like to private label this for us? Yeah. This is delicious. We'd like, they have people that are tasters. I keep waiting for you to get the taster job. I'm waiting for you to apply for that.
I don't think I'll get that, but we sell like Bogle wines, and Bogle makes one of our. It's not a private label. It's called a control label. So it's not, doesn't say Trader Joe's on it anywhere, but it's made exclusively for us. So these are actually private label because they have our names on them. But yeah, so there are a few different ways that this happens for us here.
As a Seahawks fan, I'm so glad they traded Russell Wilson when they did. And the fact they ain't going to retire his number. A rookie is wearing number 3 for them in the last year. Oh, interesting. I mean, I don't know if he's retired. Like, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of, even with the Bears, the very short version of that, even like with the Bears, like they have so many numbers that are retired. Like I think they've put a freeze on retiring numbers. They should go back. And I heard someone say this, that if they wind up doing a new stadium at some point, and I agreed with this for the most part, they literally almost need to take back every number they have retired and then only re-retire numbers of like maybe like 4 or 5 people. And then everyone else just gets in like a ring of honor. Like there are too many numbers that are retired. Like it needs to be Peyton. It needs to be Hallis. Probably did like, that wouldn't be one that I would pick, but like maybe in Butkus it'd be like, you'd maybe have 5 Chicago Bears that you'd be like, these are like, when people think of the Chicago Bears, here's the cornerstones of their franchise. Those numbers are retired. all these other ones are re-released back in, and everything goes into some sort of Ring of Honor. I agree with that. Best NFL commentator, Jim Nance. He's fine. He's a little too dry and quiet and boring for me, but like I said, I think one of my favorite NFL commentators, Al Michaels. I see you also mentioned that, brothers. Would agree with that 100%. I also am a huge fan of Gus Johnson. Brings some enthusiasm to the team.
He doesn't do NFL, though.
It's usually college.
College,
football. Yeah. I like Gus Johnson though. He should do that. Here's a guy who likes to be as vague and generic as possible. Chris Collinsworth. Yeah, Chris Collinsworth is okay. That's another person I don't dislike as much as other people do, but he's also kind of John Madden generic and sometimes
he's a little too much of a Brett Favre fan.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, not Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers.
Is there a list
He's an Aaron Rodgers fan.
Oh, well, that too.
Yeah.
Is there a list of high-end wines? They have a Trader Joe's version so we can know which ones are which?
No, not really. They kind of like you then say the wineries sort of want to keep that information secret.
John Madden was generic. He was both of those. He's better than. I'm not trying to say that Chris Collinsworth is on the level of John Madden, but he's kind of in that ballpark, but just not as good, I guess. I don't know, but he doesn't bother me as much. But I like the Al Michaels, and who's with him now? It's the guy at Kirk Herbstreit.
Yeah.
I like that. That pairing seems to be pretty good. Basically, as a general rule, studio, if you go to a Trader Joe's and you look at their private label stuff that happens to be like the Diamond, the Reserve, like those
Platinum,
things,
yeah.
you won't know what winery those are from, but in theory, and when we've tasted them, they've, like I said, we've usually enjoyed them. Those are your higher end wines that then are being, like I said, sold under a Trader Joe's label.
Yeah.
You won't know where they're from.
Sometimes it gets out. Sometimes it's obvious.
Sometimes like Kirkland, you kind of know.
Yeah.
Like so they're saying, and you can, if you do some research, like I said, if you look for one, there might be some word out there.
Right.
But yeah, that's kind of what it's
right.
what it's at. Really nice balance, like jammy fruit, little raspberry, almost maybe a little strawberry hinting in there too, little black currant. I'm getting a little alcohol coming through, but it's balanced in there nicely.
Yeah.
Like there's a little bit of that heat. I don't know what it was. I'll look here when we go
15.
to take the taste. Is it 15?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a little hot. But most, as I suggest all the time, seems like wines in general, as we've done these over the years, have slowly crept up a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the aroma.
Yeah, because nothing really jumps out at me either, but it's just a nice balance of fruit.
Yeah.
So
to the taste?
Yep.
Iowa State clip of quarterback smacking wide receiver, and Gus Johnson says, "Drop barbecue and didn't invite me is amazing." Son used to commentate NFL, moved to college. Yeah, he's been mostly college football, which he's great for that too, because you even have that more of hype and excitement. But I do miss him. So I heard one the other day. Speaking of that, I think it was the Bills game, and I commented on this on Twitter. So if you guys are following on Twitter, you've already heard this.
I have heard. I saw that.
I thought that I don't know how to feel about that. So yeah, the guy, so the running back for the Bills, at least at that time, was James Cook. He got a touchdown, and their commentator on this was Bills radio on XM satellite radio, which I'm not necessarily a Bills fan, but he literally said the cook is in the kitchen when he got the touchdown. I have never heard of the touchdown area named the kitchen, but I guess it worked. But I was not sure how to feel about that one at all. Have you seen that one?
No, I
okay.
saw your tweet about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Still my favorite though, which is also kind of a little bit mid, as the kids say, is the Arizona Cardinals. There's no dirt like pay dirt, and there's no pay dirt like playoff pay dirt. Okay.
That's not wolf.
Yeah.
Wolfly.
Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
You feeling it?
I wish. A little drier than I thought. We opened it just a little bit.
We did. You saw me open it live on stream.
Some of that alcohol, I think, might still be in there.
A little bit of that.
Causing a little bit of that. Maybe that's why it's a little dry. The fruit is there. It doesn't have any spice. It's
not.
It's kind of one note for me, and
It is, and it's not quite as it's not quite as jammy and fruit forward as the aroma suggested. Not that I want them to be overly fruit forward,
Right.
but yeah, it's missing the spice, and then everything else just feels like it's kind of under a muted layer a little bit, if that makes sense at all. It's good. It's not great. I definitely have had better for cheaper. Because what is the price?
$12.99.
Yeah,
So the OZV we would pick, and
yeah. OZV we would pick. Like, yeah,
Definitely.
for sure. Like I said, and that's, this is still good. You could be 100% correct if we leave this set open for about 20 minutes. Like I said, we'll still be talking here as we are live most Thursday evenings on Twitch. Like I said, we'll, maybe our opinion will change a little bit, but yeah, like at least as of right now, just opening it, pouring it in the glass, giving it a sample. Yeah, probably, on the drier side is probably what jumps out to me first, and then just not as much of the notes that I enjoyed in the aroma not coming through in the taste.
Well, tomorrow you're drinking bourbon.
I will be having bourbon
I don't know
tomorrow.
if maybe you can begin the session with a little wine if you want, or have some with dinner tomorrow.
You probably
night,
should
so.
lead up to whiskey with wine. I would think. Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
turn whiskey to wine. No, turn wine to whiskey. Okay.
Which way are we going with it?
But see how it. We'll see like you said, the rest of the show, but see how it plays out tomorrow.
And if you want either an update to this or possibly any of the other wines that we've had from Trader Joe's or anywhere else throughout our over a decade of doing this, you can head on over to AboutBeverages.com and check out all the different things. It's not just wine, though. We've got whiskeys, waters, sodas, beer, you name it. We've probably had it at some point. And if we haven't, let us know what we should be trying as well there. You can always leave a comment on the website, or you can leave a comment at YouTube, where you can find all of the latest just videos as well. You can hit the subscribe button there. And that's all you ever need. Except if video is too much. You've got bandwidth issues, you're on the go, whatever else. You just want audio, Google Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, all great options if you only want audio versions of a lot of the things that we do. And while you're doing those searches on those websites or on the podcast feeds, you might come upon some other stuff, right?
Other ways to stay connected with us.
A few other ways.
Yes,
some
the
options.
3 pillars of social media, which for us are TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is what we use most often to keep you up to date on what is going on here at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings around 5:30 Pacific time. So we get together, try some beverages, record some podcasts, have some fun, hang out with everybody and chat, and just talk about whatever happens to come up.
Apparently football.
It's been very football focused, which is fine. We're good with that. Also, throughout the week, Andrew will keep you up to date on what he is doing in the gaming world and what he will be drinking while he is doing that. So for all the latest at About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But, as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.
And that is a podcast. Favorite college commentator of all time is Vern Lundquist, SEC on CBS with Gary Daniels. That is a good call.
Also on Happy Gilmore.
That's true. Or what was you could have, what's his name? Keith Jackson. Keith Jackson was always a classic too. Night all, Sam. Good night. Have a good rest of your evening. Thank you for being here. I appreciate
let me
it.
tell you about Keith Jackson.
Whoa, Nelly.
Yeah.
They drank it. It's called Gatorade.
I haven't heard anything feedback about this either way.
Okay.
So I came into this hopeful. A lot of times this is just a reserve, which is the $9.99 version, but for this one it was the Grand Reserve, the $12.99. Yeah, it's
What a shot by Happy Gilmore. Who in the hell is Happy Gilmore? Nice, brothers. I was too by the aroma. Like I said, I am, and as you know, sometimes if you're like a huge fan of a certain type of wine or style or beer or whatever, like sometimes you're like, oh, I'm a huge fan, but it's got to be this perfect. Like where
right.
I think for me with Zinfandel, as much as I love it, I have a pretty wide spectrum of where like I will go anywhere from more fruity jammy to the spicy you're talking like, and kind of anywhere in between. So that's why when the aroma, I was like, oh, this definitely has some promise. I'm excited about this. But yeah, it just kind of like, I think for me, even besides the dry, which goes away fairly quickly. It's just the kind of little bit muted of the flavor in a way. I was hoping that would come through a little more, like just everything.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's gone maybe like, I don't know, maybe it's more black currant, like maybe it's more of those like darker fruits that
darker, yeah.
It's just hard to beat, especially too, maybe just for my palate, that OZV, that Zinfandel, like I said, for that under $10, $10 or less or whatever. Is it still 10 now or 9?
Yeah, we still have it for $9.49.
Yeah, that's just tough.
Yep.
Only drink Cab. Cab is always good. Like I said, it's always good to expand your horizons as long as it's not Merlot.
Somebody must redeem. Well, or we can redeem, I guess.
We could. Should probably do that since I made the joke about it. Give it to you for free here. Where is it?
And if they want to drink Merlot, we're drinking Merlot.
No, if anybody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot!
Okay. Relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
I have a desperate need to. I have not watched this whole. So I tried to actually, after this clip had come up again, I tried to actually go buy the movie again.
Oh.
It like
you don't have it?
It's. I think I have it on DVD, but that's beneath me. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say,
no,
but for that movie,
I think I have it on DVD. I have to look. It's from a movie called Sideways. It's a it's a
from
dark
2004
comedy. Like I said, it's Alexander Payne who does a lot of like all of his movies that he does. Like he did Nurse Betty, I think was the name of one of his movies. Didn't he do The Descendants, I believe? Like it's a lot of those kind of movies.
Little Orchid movie too, right? Or what was that movie? The one, it's a flower name, I thought. Something with Nicolas Cage, right? Isn't that the same? Maybe that's not the same guy.
Wild Orchid? But I don't think he did that.
Okay. All right.
You might have a good flower
No,
name.
it might not be.
But like I said, excellent. Like I like those kind of, like I said.
Do you have The Thing on Blu-ray?
Of course.
Okay.
Blu-ray, I'll double check.
Or whatever.
Do you want to borrow it?
Well, no, because we were still talking about having a
a
party.
That would be fun.
It. Yeah.
I think I'll double check. If I don't,
Okay.
I would buy it. Sideways, Nebraska, The Descendants. Oh, he did About Schmidt. Election.
Oh, Election.
Election.
Okay.
I almost forgot one of my favorite movies of literally comedies of all time. Election. Absolutely fantastic. Matthew Broderick in one of his finest roles since Ferris Bueller. Holdovers. Citizen Ruth is also pretty good. I haven't watched that in a long time. I've not seen Downsizing either. I got to catch up on it. But anyway, Sideways, yeah, like one of my. I need to watch The Descendants. I see clips from that, and it looks like it's good. I think doesn't Baker like Baker? Do you like The Descendants? Have you seen that? I swear that's something you've talked about. But yeah, no, it's an excellent movie. Like I said, it's not for everybody. Like I said, it's kind of a it's called depressing. I don't know. It's like a dark character study kind of thing, I guess. Like because Thomas Hayden Church is kind of a rotten person, and
Miles isn't.
Is he bad though? Like, or does he just have his issues?
Well, he stole money from his mom. That's not good.
No, that's true. Did he have?
He has a drinking problem.
He likes his Pinot Noirs.
He does. You know, the fact is, though, we're all flawed, right? We all have our things, and
speak for yours. No, yeah, no, 100%.
We all have our. We've all made our mistakes. We've all, done those things, and I mean, and some, I guess, you are worse than others, but
the key in life is, as silly as it sounds, always learning from your mistakes.
Yep. What do you do?
Owning up to your mistake.
Yep.
Doing the best you can, realizing that still, even if you do that bridge still may be burned and it still may be ruined, but not having it happen again.
Yep.
I like that. You just like The Descendants. Okay. I thought maybe you love The Descendants.
But it's good. Yeah, they are definitely, they have, it's one of those things, I don't know if there's a term for it, but
like she comes out and beats the crap out of him with the motorcycle
helmet. Yeah. But it's like, it's like one of those where it's like both these people are bad, but yet somehow you're rooting for one person.
Yeah.
Or, that sort of thing. They're both criminals, but I'm rooting for this guy. I hope nothing happens to him, even though he's done horrible things.
It's seeing sometimes like the darker side in yourself or whatever a little bit sometimes too, or seeing like, where you realize close to loved it. Okay. It's seeing those faults and saying and looking at it and going, wow, at some point in my life I could have been 2 steps away from being that person.
Yeah.
But I made other choices and I didn't, but you can empathize with that character. And I think he does that very well, like in being even still being humorous in that, and like I said, that kind of darker humor.
Yeah.
Anyway. Other commentators who I like is Mike Breen, Kevin Harlan. Oh, Kevin Harlan's always good. And the voice of Seahawks Radio. My favorite, yeah, actually, if you want to go that route, like I said, I love Jeff Joniak. Is fantastic. Like I said, Bears Radio. Tom Thayer and Jeff Joniak. WBBM Radio. Devin Hester, you are ridiculous. Forget some of those calls. Steve Rabble, who has been there since the beginning. I'm sorry, I've butchered that name, I'm sure.
Steve Rabile walks into a bar. And, wait, no.
A rabbi, a priest,
Yeah.
and
And a Breen.
a
A Breen, a Harlan, and a Rabile walk into
Breen,
a bar.
Harlan, and a rabbi walk into a bar. Oh my God. Oh man. All right, so not next week is not whiskey week, so we'll have to wait a week past that. Do you want to do the water podcast? Do you want to just?
I don't know. Do you want to do the water?
So what are the three water? So we're doing the exact same ones we did plus a new one, or we would, because we had the Gerolsteiner, we had
Pellegrino,
the Pellegrino.
So right now, so the Trader Joe's sparkling water in the plastic bottle, we don't have, and we haven't had since like March or April, because it was overcarbonated. So we had to pull it from the shelves.
I think I remember you talking about that.
We still don't have it. We have it in cans, but what I thought might be
He
interesting,
hates these cans.
What I thought might be fun though is now we have a Trader Joe's private labeled Italian sparkling water.
So what does that mean exactly?
It's a green bottle of Italian sparkling water.
Again, so what makes it Italian? Is it just from Italy?
It's from Italy.
So it's like, is there like a river that they? I mean, I'm not trying to
I'm
be.
guessing. No, I'm
not
guessing
trying to be a
it's
jerk.
just
I was like, what does that mean?
Pellegrino is Italian sparkling.
Oh, is that
water.
what? Okay.
So
I'm not
it's
from
from Italy.
Oh,
so,
okay.
This is water.
There's
from
some
Italy as
cats in his toilet making prison water.
So we could do that because then at least it would be, a Trader Joe's Italian, a little bit different than the Trader Joe's California sparkling water. Although I could get a can of that if you want to try it from a can.
No, I mean, I wouldn't mind trying.
If you want to do something like that.
Did we have one that we liked in particular? Like, I want to bring that one to the table in theory.
Well, that one would be at the table unless we liked the Trader Joe's one. So it would be I don't know if there was one we liked more than the other.
Okay.
I just know it was immensely popular. And we've talked over the last few years about revisiting that. We don't have to. It just, I thought
that might
be another chance just with a slight twist.
That might be like some lime or something.
Slight twist of lime. That's right. And I'll bring the Amaro. Oh, wait.
We probably should have something at the end for some flavor, so we should probably go with something. Can you make that Amaro smoothie thing before you?
That was April, I think.
Oh, and so we have had they were in here for a little bit last week. I don't think they've been in here tonight because they were busy. But Planty, who you got to meet last week, huge fan of the Amaretto Sour. They're going to get us a bottle of Disaronno.
Really?
So we will be doing an Amaretto Sour.
Okay.
And then I said we would also do the other drink that I had seen, which was called like Off to the Races, which was pretty much an Amaretto Sour, but then it also had whiskey in it on top of the
okay.
So,
right.
Well, I don't know. The only thing I told him though too is I said I don't know. I said that might be those two things might be a lot for one. So those might be two separate podcasts, like 2 separate weeks,
sure,
kind of thing. But yeah, so that in the next couple of weeks that'll be taken care of.
All right.
So that'll be some future things. And yeah, on the whiskey day we'll break out one of the whiskeys we haven't had, but no, I'd be fine with that if we want to do water, and then we can always just I don't know, figure out something fun for at the end or whatever. But yeah, no, I like that idea.
Okay,
get it done, as the kids say. So yeah, Steve. Rabel. Rabel was a wide receiver for the Seahawks at 82, and since 83 has the primary radio voice for the Seahawks. I spelled his name wrong. Oh, okay, no problem. That's right. I probably still butchered it and read it wrong. That's fine. That's fine, brothers. Yeah, so we'll be back again next week, usual time, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. It sounds like with some water thing.
Big event tomorrow, though. Don't miss that.
That's true. We should mention that before we go. Everybody that is hanging out here tonight, I will be on at kind of a different time. I won't be on at the normal morning time. I'll be on at 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern. I will be co-streaming, multi-streaming, as they say. We will be drinking some bourbon. I will be streaming with Berserker Cope, who you always see hanging out here in chat. He was absolutely amazing, and he bought a bottle of whiskey that he'd been looking for, and I thought looked really cool, and I had wanted to find it. I couldn't find it. He found another bottle and he sent it to me. So we were both going to be trying it is from New Holland Brewing Company is their Mother's Milk Origin whiskey. I think, or no, not Mother's Milk. Is it Dragon's Milk? Dragon's Milk, not Mother's Milk. Dragon's Milk Origin. It is their small batch bourbon whiskey. It sounds absolutely fantastic. So we're going to try that. We're going to hang out in his Red Dead Redemption online bar. And we're going to try that. And then actually he even wanted to make a drink with it, which I thought seemed slightly criminal because I was like, this seems like a nut, but we're going to make an old fashioned with it because I thought that's probably the best way to at least make it shine as much as it possibly can still. So we're going to be doing that all tomorrow. We're also going to play some Diablo. So it should be a lot of fun. So 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific. Actually, I'm going to go all the way over here. Hold on to this and then that and that and then right there. If you guys are not following Mr. Cope, please do so. He is a wonderful streamer. Love hanging out in his streams. And again, we're going to be hanging out together doing that stuff. But yeah, multi will be up for everybody to watch. Should be a very, very good time. It was probably a Mother Dragon. It probably was. That's true, Baker. Maybe that's what I was thinking. Mother of Dragons. We're going to go say hi to Jav right now. Jav is doing some duos right now with Otto. They're working on, it looks like Root of Nightmares, duoing something that should be done with 6 people. They're doing it with only 2.
That's how good they are.
That is how good Jav and Otto are at the game. So please make sure you follow him when we go over there. He is also going to be doing a teaching run tomorrow with Brothers. Brothers is going to be doing some raiding with Jav tomorrow night, which should be super cool as well.
It's a big day.
It is so busy. If
August
I was
18th,
if I was not doing this bourbon podcast, I would actually be participating in that. But unfortunately, since I already had that set up, it did not work out. But that is going to go great. You'll let you know. I will have the stream up. I will know. You guys are just going to crush it. It's going to be totally fine. But yeah, we're going to go say hi to Jav. And we will see you guys all next week.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. All the contributions, all the talk. It's always appreciated. I will see you next week.
Yes, you will see him next week. So yes, the star of the show will be back then at that time exactly. But I'll be back tomorrow, but later in the afternoon. How could you leave me, Boo? I won't. Again, good night, everybody.